Alrighty, so we should be live now. Welcome everybody to the two concurrent viewers. Hello. Welcome to Main Chat Nerd Night. A bunch of us in the Main Chat Discord server get together. We play D&D every 2 weeks, and yeah, we have a guest player who's apparently turned into a regular player. Dásos has been joining us for the past 2 sessions.
Hi.
Hello. So to bring everybody up to speed. The party, way back in our first session, initially was sent to a prison by the name of Hestmark Prison. There they organized a breakout, managed to get everybody, all of the prisoners out, without anybody suffering any, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, any of the prisoners, anyways.
Right, none of the prisoners
No, anyone important.
were harmed. Unfortunately, many of the guards were not so lucky. They made their way out of the prison after exchanging a couple of very foul words with the jailer, with the jailer that killed the overseer. Made their way back to the town where they had been taken from, a small hamlet by the name of Darnek. There in Darnek, they explored the town a bit and backed out, just sort of being careful, trying to make sure that they didn't get recognized. In one of the nights where they were camping out in the woods, they were stumbled across by a very frightened Lorasa, an elf who had been out in the woods sort of searching for people who've been missing from the town of Darnek, from the hamlet of Darnek. She enlisted their aid in going into an anthill, a giant anthill. There they came across Dásos, who had the same idea but had not enlisted the aid of a party. Dásos and Lorasa exchanged some barbed words, and the group eventually made their way down to the bottom level of the ant hive, where they slew the queen ant, and rescued Gar, Lorasa's brother. Lorasa's brother, who until now has still remained unconscious. He's stable, he's alive, but he's currently resting unconscious. Lorasa brought all of you back to her home in Darnek, where she's been housing you and keeping you safe. Gar is resting, and she has been flipping through various notes of Gar's, her brother's, seemingly looking for something. A couple of members of the group during this time have done other things. I believe it is Kledash has taken the other unoccupied bed in the dwelling and gone to sleep. Deimos and Tarin were talking to Lorasa. Lorasa gave them a little bit of explanation about who the Tarmirans are. Lorasa had recognized a sigil on Deimos' shoulder, taken from one of the guards, taken from the overseer of the prison, and she explained about the family that they're related to. She believes that there is some kind of slave labor or other things going on with there. Going through the text chat here. On his way out, Tarin is going to the one general goods store in Darnek. Tarin asked who is this Marik character. Marik, who has been mentioned several times by Lorasa. Marik explained that Marik Clearwaters is the administrator of Darnek. The Clearwaters family had been very well liked. They were fair and kind, and they were the ones that had actually tipped her off about the Tarmiran family. They had stopped sending prison to Hestmark until Marik came back to Darnek, claiming to be the Herald of Foltest, and had his family arrested and imprisoned. Upon mentioning this, she also noticed that perhaps you guys had come from the prison. This was confirmed by Deimos, and she said that Marik might be small and a little naive, but he's got a memory she's never seen, and turning in a Tarmiran prison breaker carries a pretty hefty reward. She said that she knows where their things are probably taken when the guards confiscated that, and after that, she needs to get them out of there. So at this point, Tarin, you're on the way out the door to the general goods store. Is anyone else doing something in that hour period between returning to Lorasa's home and essentially Tarin leaving at this point and the end of this conversation?
I'm the only one who didn't actually do anything during that time. I would have been checking on the unconscious guy because
Yeah.
medical training.
That's
Okay.
where I was.
That's
Yeah,
so. Dásos was also doing the same. Dásos, do you have proficiency in medicine?
No.
Okay. I will say you can assist Calder. But I will.
Oh,
make you roll
and
for
I'm
it.
just staying by him because he's my friend more than.
Oh,
you
you're
know.
just near.
But
Okay,
if
you're
they
just by
need
him.
anything, but I'm not like actively treating.
Gotcha. So you're just near him. All right, Calder, make a medicine check for me, please.
Medicine. That is a 15.
15. Okay.
That's actually a lot higher than I thought.
You looked at him a couple of times. He seems stable. He seems alive. You do notice that, unlike most individuals who, in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, who fall unconscious and then regain hit points, you don't know what those are, but still, are healed in some sort of magical way. They tend to regain their consciousness. Gar at the moment has not. And in your examination, it's not entirely clear the cause of this. There are a lot of things that you saw down there. The ants were poisonous. He may have been down there a long time. There's a lot of things that could explain this, but you're not quite able to pinpoint exactly what the cause is. And
Interesting.
in your conversation, you can taking a peek over to where Lorasa is, you see that the books that are scattered along the sort of table desk space that she's using have been herbalism and remedies and things like that.
I don't know what this is, but this is pre-existing, isn't it?
You're saying this to Lorasa?
Yes.
She shakes her head. No,
Apologies.
this is new. She gestures to the books on the table. I've been looking for something that might explain it, but this was really Gar's territory. This wasn't really what I was good for. I shot things he didn't, so...
I'm afraid it's beyond my understanding.
Looks like we need to find some of the more medical expertise, then.
Lorasa just kind of continues scanning through the books. At this point, Tarin, have you made your way out? Have you decided you still want to leave?
Yup.
Okay. So you make your way out. It's about mid-morning, probably early morning. You make your way out. Lorasa's house is directly in the center of town, and it's very small. For those unfamiliar, it's a very small hamlet. There's one central road, that's it, and then a road leading off the docks. That's pretty much it. You walk the 30 feet to the general goods store, which is very clearly labeled, and you walk into the store. And now I gotta back up because I actually did do a thing with you in the text chat over the break. The shopkeep comes in, sees you walk in. Ah, it's you again. It's good to and kind of looks you up and down. You look like you had a rough night. I've got the material you and your friend were looking for. He reaches behind the counter and pulls out a small wooden box, plain instructions somewhere along the front. He pushes it across the counter to you. For the trouble, I'll ask you for 8 gold, and the promise that you didn't get this from me if Marik comes asking around.
I would nod, leave the 8 gold pieces and agree to that, and I'd like to open the box and check if it is what I was looking for.
Okay, yeah, you open the box. Inside the box, you know what? Actually, make a religion check.
Alright.
Because I don't believe you were ever actually briefed on what this is.
That would be a 13 after modifier.
13. Okay, yeah, you're vaguely familiar. The symbol is 3-pronged, spines coming out, bent at about a red angle. This is a Trexcalion, which is the holy symbol of the god Trexcalion, who Calder had been looking for a holy symbol for quite some time.
I would.
You do note that
I would.
the shopkeep has been very specifically avoiding saying the name and got very nervous when you mentioned it the first time.
Say, what is it that has you all nervous?
Well, Medic, when he came back, a lot of things changed. We used to be carefree, almost. The Clearwaters, they would do what they can to keep order, but it wasn't in anybody's best interest to rigidly enforce the rule of law, as Medic put it. But when he came back, it seems that strict law and order has become the norm here. So
what has happened is he clamped down on things, as it were.
he did, and chaotic gods like Triskelion and others like him have been effectively driven out of the village. It can be dangerous for someone wielding that symbol.
I see. And another reason I was coming here, would it happen that you would have any spell books of any sort? I know it's a general store, but it would be nice to know.
The shopkeep kind of sits back and considers. No, we don't really deal with the arcane here. It's not really. There hasn't been exactly a lot of need. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
You might want to look at one of the larger cities. I'm sure they've got something, but in the humble little location like this, maybe. I'll keep you in mind if I find anything, but mostly history books and maybe the odd informational cookbook scroll now and then.
I see. Well, can't blame someone for asking. Have a nice day. And I would walk out the store and sort of just hand Calder the box.
Okay. So you make your way out. Make a perception check for me, please, as you're walking out of the shopkeep store. The shop.
It's 20 after mods.
Yeah. Okay. As you're walking out of the store, you do see coming toward your direction a very young individual, blonde hair, blue robes, very light blue robes, which you have recognized before. This was the man who had bound you using magic and changed your appearance when you were first here. He does not appear to have seen you yet, but he is walking in your direction.
I'd like to try and continue moving, keeping as low of a profile as possible as I walk back to where I'm getting to.
Okay. Yeah, it's not far. 30 feet. I won't even make you bother rolling a stealth check on that one. So you quickly make your way back to Lorasa's home. Close the door behind you. Now you're back in Lorasa's home.
I would like to walk over to Calder and hand him the box.
Thank you very much. Just gonna have a look at this. Looks like the right thing. How much does this cost you?
It was 8 gold pieces.
There you go. Cheers, bud. I hand over 8 gold pieces.
I would just sort of nod politely and go off, just sort of look out the window, seeing what's going on.
Okay, yeah, you look out the front window. There's just one window pointing outward. You see this. There are a number of people walking about, maybe 4 or 5. Not a particularly busy village, but you do see Marik sort of. It's strange to see someone so small holding themselves with so much authority. He seems to be. He has his hands clasped behind his back. He seems to be sort of wandering around, just observing the way that things are going on. He passes once around the center of town and starts making his way down toward what you know to be the docks, the waterfront.
And would that happen to be the person we're worrying about? I sort of point out at him.
Lorasa kind of looks carefully out the window. Yeah, that's him. That would be Marik. Stuck up cunt. It's
I
in your
have
best
not
interest.
seen someone so short walk with such an air of... I don't exactly know how to put it. Aside from arrogant confidence.
Yeah, well, believing that your emissary of the gods will do that to you turns to Calder. No offense.
Ugh, don't get me started on that.
None taken. I never claimed I was.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna reiterate something I already said before. First things first. Let's get you guys your belongings back. I'm pretty sure I know where Marik would have put them. He puts pretty much everything that he doesn't care about. And that we need to get you out of here.
Get you out of here. But all the missing townsfolk, don't you? Seems like you need some help with that.
You're right. But, she just like carefully looks across the group of you. I gotta double check the spell list here. Have you ever seen... Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Have you ever seen a man throw himself off a cliff just because somebody else told him to? And then that body dragged back up and spoken to again?
So I'm assuming my character would
That
somewhat
sounds...
understand what the person's talking about, seeing as it sounds like necromancy.
So
That
Tarin,
sounds like necromancy to me.
Tarin roll
I was trying to
Arcana,
do my voice.
Calder
Alrighty.
roll Religion, because you both have access to these spells. So
One of those assholes then.
19 after mods.
okay,
18.
18. You both recognize. You don't. Tarin, you recognize both spells. Calder, you don't, just because you don't know the other one. But you do recognize a Speak with Dead spell. It is necromancy, such that an individual can speak to someone who has died without fully resurrecting them.
Speak with Dead's not that bad compared
familiar.
to some of the other necromancy spells.
Right.
I get access to that one, I think.
You do. Yes.
But yeah, so charming necromancer
What
is
level is
your
that?
issue.
It's a level 3 spell.
Charming my ass.
How do I get next level?
That is a person that I don't want to mess with, and I really, really don't think you guys want to either.
Seems fair.
There are other
Let's
places...
make that one a long-term goal then.
While you guys are out, well, she looks sort of, kind of peeks out the window as much as she can. It's not going to be incredibly difficult, but I also don't want to get you guys in trouble. There are a couple of there's one place that I'm pretty sure where your stuff is. We can go there tonight, or that we can go there during the day if you're comfortable moving out during the day. I don't know how you feel about that. Of note, most of you have almost been up for 24 hours. Only one of you is currently sleeping, so. Oh.
Whatever we decide to do, it'd be
What is
best to
that
do it after.
laughing in the background?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Is that from the ambient music?
That's apparently part of the ambient music, which is from Trine. Okay, whatever.
Huh.
Just gonna
Alright.
skip that one,
Um.
and I'll come back to that one later.
Well, we've been up for a while. Let's leave it for tonight.
Alright,
But, in the meantime-
I need to long rest to prepare some more spells. I can have another go at attempting to cure whatever is wrong with your brother. Brother? Is it a brother? I can't remember. Don't care. I'll have another go at trying to cure this with some spellcraft tomorrow.
Sounds good. She nods at the rest
I
of you.
would prefer to do whatever we choose to do after a rest.
Okay. So, as all of my folders fall. Anyway, so is there anyone?
You don't need notes. You're the GM. You make it all up.
Well, you think so? As I almost go to wave at you my notes, but that's not happening today. So is there anything else that any of you would like to do before your long rest? If you long rest now, you'll wake up approximately mid-evening or so.
I don't have anything I need to do. Anyone else?
No, long rest.
Still have some things to ask, but nothing, no particular activities.
Okay.
Then ask your questions. Doesn't make that much difference, I don't think.
Right. So this Marik character, he had his. You said he had his family imprisoned, arrested and imprisoned. What did you say that was?
Yeah, Marik has always sort of been the black sheep of the family. He went out. There was some sort of tiff or argument. I don't know the details. But he left Darnek for many years. He left Darnek for about 5 or 6 years, and he came back and convinced his family to turn themselves in. His family had been actually turning away the prisoners, going to Hestmark and sending them back to Pitchfield, because they believed that what the Tarmirans were doing was wrong. Enter Marik. Marik decides that that's against the law, and he has all of them arrested, and they're sent somewhere in, I believe I said Brenethar. Yeah, somewhere, they're imprisoned somewhere in Brenethar, I don't know where, but they were sent away.
You got a map somewhere? Where is that?
I have a crude map. She gets up and looks through the bookshelf and pulls down more or less what looks to be an atlas almost. She flips through, and as she's flipping through, you can see a lot of the pages are blank. It's clearly not finished, and she lays a simple map of Sundi, the country that you're in, the kingdom that you're in rather, on the table. And if I don't have a simplified map printed out right now, so unfortunately I can't actually physically do this. But she does point out where you are, Darnek, which is towards the eastern side, just before you get to the Hestmark Highlands, which are a bunch of mountains that are on the eastern border along the water. And then Brenethar is just the next county to the west, which is primarily grasslands and forest, but there's also some mountains to the north of it.
What's the and this is above board. Do I know what the general sort of population density is of that region, or no?
Remind me of your background.
Soldier.
Oh yeah, you'd be more or less familiar with these. You do know Hestmarken, very low population, mostly mountains. The population up in the mountains tends to be dwarves. Brenethar, also fairly low population, but just because there's nothing there, really. There's the one city of Bren, the capital, and Brenethar more or less only exists because something has to fill that space. And then, moving on to the next one over, you have Pitchfield, which is the capital, the next county over, which is very densely populated. The region of Sundi where you are is mostly mountains, so it tends to be lower population density than the rest.
Okay. So, let's so how's this for our plan, guys? And I turn to address the party. We get some sleep, grab our stuff, and what do you guys think of breaking out another prison?
Breaking out another prison? That requires time and planning.
Lorasa,
We'll take whatever time we need. But
It would get things back in as they were, which it seems to have been better.
Lorasa kind of nods a bit.
I'll go along with it.
If you'd like, I can probably give you guidance to Bren. You know, places to avoid, places to go to. You guys breaking out of prison are probably gonna have a pretty hefty price on your head, so you are gonna need to be very careful.
Alright then. I say we do this. If anyone has a plan, I just sort of
I
like
could
look
come
around
along.
the room.
Well, let's first. Is it something we want to do? Then, if we all agree, then we can start making the plans. No point in making the plan if we don't want to do it in the first place.
Okay, so are you guys gonna do this before or after your long rest?
No, we'll break everyone out before the long rest. We'll just have exhaustion all the way there.
You've done it before.
I mean, yeah, we have.
Alright, breaking out a bunch of prisoners sounds fun, especially as they appear to be more or less innocent. Or at least their crime is very suspect.
All right.
Well, we'll ask Kledash when he wakes up.
Okay.
All right, let's go get some rest then, gents.
And Dásos, in response to you, Lorasa kind of leans back in her. You know, she walks around because you're in the next room over. Are you sure you want to go with them? I mean, they obviously know what they're doing, but I don't know. I don't know if Marik might notice you've gone.
Sorry, know what we're doing. Continue.
I mean, they seem capable. They seem like the kind of people that could get me out of here someday. They seem. I mean, what am I doing until Gar gets back up?
Okay. All right.
And I could help them because, I mean, nobody knows who I am. I didn't break out of any prisons. I can go into town. I can gather information.
That is true. All right.
Can you let me know if anything happens with Gar? Can you send me a message?
I will do what I can. I'll have to find you first, but sure. Yes.
Okay.
I'll do what I can.
Well, thank you. It was good to see you again.
It was good to see you. And with that, the rest of you, I assume, there's no other beds in the room, so you all get out your bedrolls and take whatever bedding you can and sleep through most of the day as Lorasa continues her research. And at the end of this time, Kledash, you actually wake up about 2, maybe 3 hours earlier than the rest of the group. So you wake up to find the rest of your group around you is asleep. And Lorasa's in the next room, just kind of flipping through books.
Okay. When Kledash gets up, he looks around and sees that everyone's sleeping. He then just hops off the bed and just dons on what stuff he can and just heads out the door. He's gonna be doing some shopping.
Okay. Sure. Where would you like to go?
Welcome to shopping with a dragon.
Be going to just the general store.
Okay. Yeah, so the general goods store, it's about 30 feet away. It's in the center of town, just same as Lorasa's house. I'm just trying to think about something. Okay, so you make your way into this general goods store. Probably late afternoon, early evening-ish at this point. So you make your way into this general goods store. The shopkeep. Who is calling me and why? That's gonna wait for later. You make your way into the general goods store. The shopkeep comes up to the front from wherever he was in some magical, stockroom space. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. He kind of stops as you approach.
Kledash just walks up to Is there a counter?
Yeah, there's a counter. Walking straight in, there's a counter. The door's on the left side of the building. Straight in, there's a counter that extends about 10 feet. Off to the right, you can see a bunch of shelves. There's like adventuring equipment. There's a couple of weapons along the wall. A big spool of what appears to be chain kind of sitting in the middle of the room. And along the wall, as you came in, there's a small bookshelf and a couple of bottles and so on. They appear to be filled with some kind of purplish liquid.
Okay. Observing that, Kledash looks up at the cellar and says, I've got a list of some odd ingredients. Do you think you might have any of this? Looking for some honeycomb, maybe some sweet oil.
I'm
gonna-
music.
I was gonna say I'm gonna stop you here. Are you looking for components, spell components?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that not working? Anyway, I will say for the purposes of this, it's easy enough to find spell components. They actually have component pouches available. So you can pick up a component pouch. If I can flip to the right page and remember how much that costs. And he does the same thing. He stops you and says, "You're looking for ingredients for spell casting. Is that what you're doing?"
Yeah, just trying to get a few things.
He kind of nods his head towards the wall behind you where all those bottles are, and on one side you can see a small crate of what appears to be just miscellaneous odds and ends of things that have been brought in. And going through that, it takes about 5, maybe 10 minutes. You find most of the components, spell components that you need. That is going to be, if I can find there it is. You walk up to the counter with your fully assembled component pouch and plop it on the counter. He kind of puts it on a scale, weighs it a bit. All right, that's going to be about 25 gold for the lot.
Let's see. Shoot. I'm trying to do the conversions in my head.
From what to what?
I have some of these ingots, and I'm wondering if I can pay him in that.
You could always offer.
I know, but I know there's a gold ingot is worth X amount. I'm trying to find that right now.
Well, I mean, that's also going to vary based on where you are, so...
Okay. So, opening up the bag of holding, Kledash takes out one of the gold ingots and slaps it on the counter.
Okay. One of the gold ingots.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. He kind of takes a second and looks at it. Huh. Well, alright. Well... He pulls it a little towards himself and examines it. He, hits it against the counter a bit. It flexes. It's gold. It's a soft metal. Alright, well, this'll get you probably about 35 gold. So, how about this? He takes the ingot, puts it behind the counter, and slides a 10 gold pieces towards you. That'll call it. Kledash?
You did.
Oh, multiple buttons. Sorry. He picks up the 10 gold pieces, says, "That'll do." He then reaches over and grabs a component pouch off the shelf and says, "Well, I think that's all I'll be needing. You have a good day." He strides out of the shop.
Okay. He doesn't say anything as you leave. As you leave the shop, make a perception check for me, please.
All right. keybind?
Question mark D20 plus
Yeah.
whatever your modifier is.
Yeah, it was a question mark. I was trying to remember.
Yep. Assuming the bot is working, because sometimes that doesn't work.
Oof.
All right. Carry on.
Yikes.
Carry
Okay,
on.
carrying on.
You go back to Lorasa's domicile, her home. You head in. The others are still sleeping. You estimate they'll probably still be sleeping for another hour or so. Maybe hour and a half. Is there anything you'd like to accomplish during this time?
You said Lorasa's up, right?
Correct. She looks
All right.
exhausted.
Oh, okay. Kledash will walk up to Lorasa. Surprised you're not sleeping with the rest of them.
Can't. Gotta find something for. See if I can make her better. She rubs her eyes.
Oh yeah, I totally understood that. You sure you don't just need some sleep? You know, rested, you can think better. Might be better for you in the long run.
Maybe later. Just got another. Just to the end of this book. To the end, maybe to the end of the next one.
Yeah, don't be dropping anytime soon. What are you even trying to accomplish?
She pushes one of the books that's to her left over towards you. Gar was always the he was good with plants. He was good with this kind of thing, with medicines and remedies. And I think that he might have been able to find something that could help him. And if there's anything that maybe he found, then it's something that I can find around here to maybe help him. And as she pushes the book towards you, you see it's a handwritten journal. It's in common.
So, Kledash will pick up the book, and you said it's full of herbs and a whole bunch of other things like that, right? Botany?
Well, that's what Lorasa said. You haven't actually read the book yet.
Okay, so Kledash will look it over.
Okay. Yeah, as you're flipping through the journal, it appears to be basically a journal, a log of things that he had done. So you see log entries of, went to such and such grove, hunted animals, went to this place and that place. You see a couple of locations where there appear to be potion recipes or remedies of some kind. Using, why is that? That's triggering when it's too low. Anyway, and most of the components are things that would likely just be found around in the forest. But for the most part, it is mostly like recipes and things like that.
As he's turning the pages, he just offhandedly comments, so is there anything specifically you're looking for? Or, because I don't understand any of this potion stuff.
Make an Arcana check, actually, while you're here.
Ooh, Arcana. See, that's... yeah.
Who knows? You might have picked something up.
Okay. No.
So what was the result of that?
16.
16? Alright, there it goes. Okay, yeah, you recognize a couple of the concoctions, per se. A lot of them are salves and things like that, but there are a couple in there that you would recognize as being the components of magic potions. And none in there that you see as being specifically healing or restorative.
So is this just some sort of magic potion thing trying to find what did he do at once, or just what exactly is in here that you're looking for?
She just kind of shakes her head. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's never happened before, so it's new territory. I don't know.
Well, if it's new territory, then why haven't you gotten a professional or something like that? He cranes his head and looks at Calder.
That ambient music.
Yeah, hang on.
Pretty loud.
Oh, is that
Thank
what he
you.
does?
He's a bit ham-fisted, but he is a cleric.
Huh. Well, maybe. I'll ask him when he's up. He didn't say anything about it, but maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of up, did they talk about any plans or anything while I was dozing?
And they mentioned that they want to maybe see about rescuing the Clearwaters.
Oh, that's nice. Who are the Clearwaters?
Well, the Clearwaters are the family of the esteemed administrator who sent you to prison.
Wait, what?
You remember the scrawny little kid who, sent you to jail? Remember him at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his family. He sent them to
Oh.
jail.
Oh.
They were not obeying the rule of law up to his standards, so he decided to send them away.
Oh, so we're going back to jail. That's nice.
Not the same jail. So there's that.
No, but it's still jail.
You're not wrong.
I'd at least like some better gear if I'm going back to jail. Ugh.
Well, I told
Anyways.
your friends I might be able to help you with that. I'm pretty sure I know where Marik put your stuff. So, at least I can help you there.
Well then. Well, tell you what, if you get a little bit of a snooze, you'd probably be better to help us out with this gig and read this book. He tosses it back on the table.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I think that maybe should be a yes.
I don't think it would be a good idea for me to leave. I'm pretty sure
Right.
Marik knows what I'm trying to do. Oh, you weren't awake for this conversation. Right.
No,
You remember-
no, I wasn't.
You remember, she gestures over to Deimos sleeping on the floor. Do you remember when I asked your friend about his armor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the family who that armor represents is a bit of a problem, and the Clearwaters were the ones who tipped me off before Marik came along and sent them away. And I'm pretty sure... Jesus, that's really distracting me. And I'm pretty sure that that Marik is familiar with what I have been doing, searching for information. Okay, I'm skipping this because that's being a problem. I think if I suddenly left, that would probably tip him off about what I'm about to do. He knows where his family is. I don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, hang on. I just have to switch a setting real quick. Give me one quick second. Because I'm pretty sure I know why this audio has been a problem. I think there's a setting in Discord for turning down... Yeah, like it keeps fading down. Are you guys hearing that too?
Yeah.
Why is that? Turn that off. There we go. There's a setting to fade the audio when other people are talking. I don't care about that. And it's still doing it because of course it is. Give me one quick second. The audio is going to get a little loud for a second. I'm sorry.
I'll take this opportunity to be right back.
All right. How's that?
It's good.
Yeah,
Not-
it's good.
Not overpowering?
No.
Fantastic. Alrighty, so. Oops. There we go. So yeah, Lorasa just continues on. I'm pretty sure that if I left, then Marik would probably know what I'm doing, and probably know where I'm going. And I think if you guys want to have the best chance to break them out, as you guys seem to want to do, I think it would be best if I'm not there.
That's a good point, I guess. Kledash then starts to want. Shoot, what's his name? Is it Gar?
Gar, yep, the unconscious
Gar.
one.
All right. Yeah, Kledash starts to walk over to Gar.
Okay. You make your way over to Gar. Lorasa doesn't comment. She returns to her work.
All right. Would like to do an investigation on Gar. See if I can, or a perception check on Gar.
I miss.
Yes.
That would be more medicine.
Medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do a medicine check then on Gar.
Okay.
12.
12. Alright, yeah, you're not extremely familiar. It's not really your area of expertise. You do know that when people tend to be magically healed, they tend to just pop right up. And this clearly hasn't happened. So it's a little unusual that why is this not working? It's a little unusual that he's still, down and out. So
Kledash will mildly tap his cheek to see if he just wakes up or something like that.
okay. You tap his cheek. No response. He doesn't shift. He doesn't really seem to react.
Okay.
He is breathing. Your,
Kledash.
your medicine check was enough to tell that he is breathing.
Okay. So, Kledash will walk back to Lorasa. Think he's in a coma or unconscious or something like that? I mean, he's there, but he's not doing anything.
That seems to be the case. I'm just seeing if there's something in here that can help.
Man, I don't know. Do you have any town healers or anything like that?
None that I trust.
Well, that's no good. Let's see. There's not much else I can think of that Kledash needs to do.
Okay. If you want to just hang out for a bit.
Yeah. Just pass the time, wait for everyone to wake up.
Okay. So you just take a moment to yourself and observe the environment around you. And as you are going through, it takes only about an hour-ish or so, and then everybody else more or less wakes up. So everybody is awake. It's about late evening or so. Sun's just beginning to set on the horizon.
All right. I stopped preparing my spells because it takes time to prepare my spells. I want to change one anyway.
Okay. What's
As
the
I'm
change?
as Deimos is packing up his things. Oh, sorry. Did you want? Sorry, go first if you had more stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying I was going to switch. I forgot which one I switched out. One of my level 1s for detect poison and disease.
Okay.
It turns out I already had cure disease as one of my spells as level 2, but
Okay. Detect poison and
lesser
disease.
restoration.
Okay.
That takes about half an hour, I think, to prepare all my spells. Something like that.
Ish. It more or less I can generally hand wave something like that. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm preparing spells if anyone wants to do anything before I... Spoiler, I'm going to go over and have a look at the guy who's injured.
Okay. So while you know
I'd like to go and look for Lorasa.
okay, yeah, she's still in the front room. She's still got books. The books are in a different order now. She's been flipping through them, and she's kind of got one hand sort of resting on her face, and she looks like she's mostly asleep.
I
as
would leave her be at this point since she probably does need rest.
Okay. Yeah, she as you walk up and reconsider, she goes to flip a page on one of the books and just her head falls into the book.
Since everyone has woken up, Kledash will meander his way to whatever passes for a kitchen and start to make some food for everyone.
Okay. There isn't really a kitchen per se. There's a small like prep area. There's a small fire pit in one side. Not a fire pit. There's a fireplace where the audio's been what am I saying? The smoke's been pulled out. But otherwise that's about it. So you find what you can. You have some rations and some of the food that hasn't spoiled yet. From
I peek an eye open from my spell preparation. So you're cooking food. I chuck my cooking tools at him and says, "Wash them when you're done."
Kledash,
Prepare an extra place, mate. Prepare an extra meal.
will do. He gets to work at preparing the food.
Okay. So that'll take you about probably an hour to an hour and a half or so, just prepping, cooking. Probably not that long. Probably about 45 minutes or so.
I want to ask Lorasa. I mean, is she like asleep?
She appears to be at this point.
All right. Well, never mind.
Okay.
You're gonna.
I'm just going to assume my spells prepared now then.
Yeah.
I should
your
probably
skills are
pack
great.
up my house if I'm going with them.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Your residency is a little bit more transient. You've mostly been residing at the hostel up the road. So you more or less have your belongings almost ready packed to go, but
I have to check on the cats.
you do have to check on the cats. Yes. So.
All right. So I head to the alley where the cats are.
You head to the warehouse next door to the hostel where there are 2 barn cats who live there. Their names are
Archimedes and Branwell.
Archimedes and Branwell. Let's try to remember. Who are very needy. You approach them and you give Branwell his you give him a slap on the haunches and he seems to like it because he's a weird freaking cat like that.
Branwell hates the slap on the haunches, but Archimedes says,
Archimedes?
"Hey, give
Sorry.
me a little slap on the haunches," and I say, "Hey, yeah, sure," and he loves it. He loves it. He loves it too much. Makes us all a little bit uncomfortable, but I say, "Hey, that's fine. I love you. I love you, little buddy." And he says, "I love you too." But none of this is like you can't talk to a cat, not in real life. But
I mean, you can
You
can if you cast Speak with Animals, but you can't. So
anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is I'm gonna miss them.
and as you are interacting with them and giving them bits of food, you explain in your way that you're going to be leaving for a while, and you get the feeling that they're going to miss you as well.
little tear, just one.
Just one?
And then I head back.
Okay. Alrighty, so you head back in.
Deimos is going to begin packing. No, not yet. But he's gonna pack his things and he's gonna go into the little prep area, and he's going to ask Kledash, "Hey, how long has the rest? Ow, my tongue. Ow, ow, ow. How long has Lorasa been asleep? Did she just plunk out right now?"
Kledash pipes up. Yeah, she was definitely drowsy when I was talking to her.
Okay. Just now then. Deimos is going to take a look around him in general, then to Lorasa, then at the desk. He's going to Lorasa's asleep pretty much at this point, right?
Make a perception check.
Stand by. Where is it? Oh, alphabetical, right. Looking at a 11.
As far as you can tell, yeah, she's drooling a little bit on the book. Like, it's, from what you can gather, it's been a long night for her. It's been a long couple of nights for her.
Okay. Sir, is there any piece of parchment or anything I can use as a bookmark?
Sure. Yeah, there are plenty pieces of scrap parchment scattered over the desk and in the bookshelf.
Sure. I'll just grab a random scrap of parchment. Take the book from underneath Lorasa's face. Stick in the page. Close the book.
Okay.
Tap her on the shoulder. Hey, you.
So
you
actually,
okay there?
As you're sliding the book away, she, huh? What? And you're taking the book away from her. No, I need that.
No, not right now. You're not. Come on, you need to go to bed.
Oh, but I gotta find out. I gotta see if there's something that can help Gar.
Yeah, not like that. You're not. He's going to. Deimos is gonna look over to Gar. Whatever's wrong with him, I think it could wait until after you've had some rest. You're not gonna help him by running yourself into the ground.
You don't know that. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion 15, roll number 1. 14, roll number 2. 15.
Okay. Yeah, you see as her face kind of, she rubs the bleariness from her eyes. She's clearly not having an incredibly great time. She kind of looks over to the other room and sees the unoccupied bed. Yeah, all right, okay, fine. Yep, I'm going. Here I go. She doesn't move.
All right, come on then. And Deimos is going to take her by the shoulder and just guide her, try to nudge her towards the bed, and help her move as necessary.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of help convince her to to move, and she does eventually make her way over to the bed and goes into the bed. And as it's pretty much like, by the time you get into the room, she's already asleep in your arms, and you have to more or less just like tumble her into bed, and then she.
Do I have to tumble her into bed? I don't want to tumble her into bed.
Yeah, I mean, you're as gentle as you can, but she is a dead weight, and she's not exactly the lightest individual.
All right. Right, so Deimos is gonna set her into bed, throw some, assumably there are like bed sheets and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a bedroom, so
it is a proper bed. Okay, yeah, he'll throw over the bed sheets.
Okay.
Ah, shoot. He's just gonna mutter to himself and to no one in particular. Gosh, shoot, forgot to ask her where our stuff was.
That might be a bit of a sticking point.
He's going to enter the sort of common area of the house. All right, guys, I've got good news and bad news. Good news. I convinced Lorasa to go to bed. Bad news. I forgot to ask her where our stuff was.
So, I guess we're waiting.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. We just have to wait for her to wake up. We have stuff we need to do anyway. And with that, I think I have all my spells ready. So, would you excuse me a moment? I walk into the room with the injured guy and I cast a spell. It's called Detect Poison and Disease on the guy who's injured.
So detect poison. Okay.
Injured?
So detect poison and disease you cast on yourself, but you're able to sense the presence of poisonous creatures and diseases within 30 feet. You as you finish casting the spell, there are a couple locations within the house that actually light up. You can detect the presence of just various poisons that are used in hunting and potion making and other things like that. You don't detect a specific disease or poison that's in Gar's system.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it doesn't come up, at least to your divine influence, as a disease or a poison.
Right. Well, I'm stumped then. That's why I prepared that spell, because I figured if I couldn't get it, if I cast a level 2, which just cured it. Actually, what does Lesser Restoration actually do? Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or he's not paralyzed. He's not deafened. He's not blinded, and he's not poisoned. So I got nothing. Yep. Well, I thought I was going to be a bit more useful than that. That's it.
I mean, it seems like we're not going to find what we need here.
Not right now, anyways.
Yeah.
I think best we can do is maybe on our way to Benethar, we can maybe try to find a doctor who's more experienced in these things. Bring him back.
Yeah, he's not moving. He seems stable. He's not going anywhere. Maybe it's up to us to move somewhere else. Find something.
I have Detect Magic. Shit, I wish I prepared that.
I want to say it is an option, but if you don't have it prepared.
Yeah, fuck. I didn't even know I had that as an option. I would have done that. Oh well.
I have Detect Magic prepared. Could I see if it's something magical that's afflicting him?
You can certainly try, sure.
Alright, I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Let me just double check and see what Detect Magic actually tells you. Okay. Okay. You do sense a faint trace of magic. You do see a vague aura surrounding Gar. And you recognize the school of magic as necromantic in nature.
Well, I seem to know what's going on. Somewhat.
What did you find?
It's some form of necromantic magic.
Necromantic magic, eh? And Deimos squint his eyes, look out the window.
So it seems.
Oh, just like necromantic magic, eh? And just like look off into the middle distance. That's what I pictured.
Yeah, no, pretty much. So, who wants to start a betting pool?
Damn,
Who wants to start a betting? Who wants to start a
I've
betting
got
pool?
nothing. I got nothing to cure this, I'm afraid. Nothing to disrupt this magic.
I'm not exactly a betting man, but I do have a feeling I know who it is.
And you're thinking the same thing I am. Marik's involved somehow.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So, I'm assuming we're all on the same page here.
At this point, the sun is more or less set. The stars are starting to come out. It's late evening, turning into night. Probably by our estimate, rather, it would be about 10 o'clock or so.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, this is something we should establish, like, on the side, but since I'm from here and this guy runs the place, do I have any kind of relationship with Marik?
Yeah, I mean, you know him. You know basically everything that Lorasa has said about him so far. He's not the type that would have really come at you exactly, but he's definitely the kind of individual who's been looking at you very closely and trying to make sure that you stay in line. So he is someone that you've been specifically avoiding, just to make sure that you don't get on his bad side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more or less the relationship that you have with Marik. Marik doesn't seem the type to be building a lot of positive relationships these days.
Fuck out of my corner.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
just the idea that I don't have anything to add to them other than anything that she said is more... Okay.
more or less. I mean, you would also know, in addition to Lorasa, you would know where Marik stores the shit that he takes off of people. I mean, you haven't told them this yet, but you would.
Yeah, you're all right.
So, there's that. Why is that doing that? Oh, I think it's all of my audio. I don't think it's just the music. I think it's everything is fading for me. That's weird. Anyway, go on.
Actually, Deimos pipes up. Instead of waiting on Lorasa, he turns his attention towards Dásos. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He turns his attention to Dásos. You wouldn't happen to know, perhaps, where Marik would keep our stuff, would you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear coming from above someone called the Dungeon Master going, ha 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 ha!
Hey, let's make it happen.
I was going to ask that anyways. I mean, you have no idea whether or not that's true. You're just going to trust me on that, but I was going to ask that.
I trust you. And I think maybe we get it nasty.
Yeah.
As in get in there. Not that wasn't a weird thing. I just meant like let's do it.
Of note,
let's get to that stuff.
of note,
I have a spell called... I have locate object. I could just find at least some of my own stuff. Presumably your stuff would be there.
I do want to
But I don't
clarify,
care, 'cause I forget.
for those of you not familiar, Dásos is a female half-elf, just for those who are unaware. So,
Female half elf that likes to get nasty.
God.
but not like that.
You don't.
But not like that.
There you go.
Okay.
We're on Twitch. We need to make that clear.
Not on Twitch anymore. So.
Oh, we're on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Now we need to make that doubly clear.
Anyways, so we have two vectors of locating our items. Dásos, so where do you think Marik could be keeping our stuff?
I give an answer, which needs to be provided to me. By
Okay. The answer that you receive from Dásos is, Dásos, you know that Marik tends to keep the things that he confiscates, would probably be the right word. Keeps the things that he confiscates in his home. There's usually a lot of crates and stuff that he keeps in the background. of just stuff. And you have seen crates being moved out of it, but more or less the things that are fairly recent would be in his home itself. Which you know to be at the end of the road. Everybody else, you guys know where the hostel is. At the end of that road, I kept mentioning a 2-story, tall, really narrow house. That house. That's Marik's home.
Yeah, and, it's not... We all know that stuff goes in there. People that are from here, we know stuff goes in there, and wouldn't be the first time somebody got something out, so if that's what you guys are looking to do,
Calder,
we can do it.
How close do you have to be for what was that magic spell you mentioned?
I don't have it prepared because I didn't think. I've got a load of spells I can suddenly cast because I needed material components. Now I have my holy symbol. I can cast them. I forgot I had them because I hadn't been looking at that part of my spell sheet. He says in character.
Yeah, you guys don't really know what he's talking about, but you just kind of smile and nod because at this point,
I say I wasn't. I've had a large number of spells I haven't been access to. This is one of them. Until I got this holy symbol back, I wasn't able to cast them. I lacked that spiritual connection to do so. Now I have this, but I'd just forgotten I had these spells, so I apologize. That's entirely my own failing.
For reference,
if you give me, say, another half hour, I can re-prepare my spell list, and I can have a bunch more useful spells.
Right.
You can prepare spells after a long rest. You can't prepare spells after a short rest.
I mean...
Now I gotta flip to the Cleric section and make sure I'm saying that right, because I believe that's...
It does say you can change your spell list when you can finish a long rest, but also says preparing a new list of cleric spells requires time spent. I mean...
Let's take a look and see
if you're saying I can do it after a long rest, then shit. Fair enough. Didn't think.
Spell. You can change... Yeah, you can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of cleric spells. So if you don't want to, if you're just refreshing your spell slots, you don't have to take any extra time to prepare those spells. But if you want to, change the spell list, that's what takes time. So in this case, unfortunately, you can only re-prepare spells at the end of a long rest.
Well, shit. Didn't think that far ahead. Forgot how all these spells I can suddenly cast. Oh well.
Okay. Well, assuming let's assume the worst and say Marik knows we're here. Dásos, how long is he one? Would he act against us soon?
If we broke into his house? Yeah.
Well, no. If we were just here chilling out, if we waited, would we be in danger of him acting against us?
He's not paranoid, but he's cautious. So I couldn't put a number on.
I do want to specify, Dásos, you would know this. Marik seems the type to, or has been since he returned, the type to uphold the law above all else. So if he knows something, he would be acting on it.
Okay. But what if he doesn't know something? What if he suspects something? Or...
If he, make an insight check. Because this is something that you've sort of learned over the past couple of months, so.
I don't think I got it.
What did you roll?
I got a 6.
Yeah, making that distinction, you wouldn't necessarily be able to know. From what you gather...
Well, I can say that Dásos would err on the side of saying, let's go do it. I can. So, given that I apparently don't know what he's like, in answer to that question, I say, nah, it's good. It's good. No, it's fine.
In response to which question?
I guess I just responded to how long would it take before he stopped us by saying it's fine, so that doesn't make sense because I got the questions mixed up in my head. No, we're fine. He's I don't know how long until he does something, but he's not the type to just attack us out of nowhere or anything like that. If that's what we're worried about.
Well, we could storm the castle and then break out of jail again. It sounds like a plan to me.
I think we could probably do some reconnaissance first, but I'm not against breaking out of castles.
Well, so I see 2 options here. One, we just go in, and what happens, happens. 2, we wait for Lorasa to wake up and confirm the location, and maybe perhaps even Calder can do whatever it needs to do to get that particular spell prepped. And in the meantime, Dásos, you can do some reconnaissance. Anything. The key thing here is I don't want to go into his house, find out our stuff's not there, and now we've got an angry necromancer on our tail.
That sounds like a much smarter plan.
Reasonable to me. Yeah.
I apologize for not having the right spells prepared, but I didn't think. I just wasn't thinking properly. We have a lot more useful spells right now. Needless to say, I think we should probably go to the general store and acquire some more general supplies, like maybe some better bedrolls and some more food rations, just in case we need to get out of town in a hurry.
It's night right now, right?
I was gonna say,
It's night right
of
now.
note,
Evening.
looking outside, you're probably pushing 11 midnight-ish.
I
It's
didn't
late.
realize the time. You told me late evening, which isn't this. I don't understand how we managed to get from midnight to late evening after one rest, but whatever.
Well, I said about 8. I said about 10ish. So.
My perception of time is a bit confused. Maybe I've just misheard things. Whatever.
So, unless we want to just go in, looks like we've got a little bit more waiting on our feature.
All right. Does anyone want to come with me to check out the house?
I can go, but
Oh,
maybe we should
oh,
get some food first, and Kledash will give everyone their meal.
Food.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were cooking.
Calder,
Food
how's
does seem
Calder, how's the food?
like a good idea.
It wasn't me who cooking this time.
There you go. What's your opinion of the food?
It's good enough. Not like my mom used to make.
Having not had
Okay.
a good meal in quite some time, I wolf it down greedily and say thank you.
All right.
As Deimos is eating his portions, we have utensils, right?
Yeah, there are
He-
various utensils just kind of throughout the
He
home.
waves a fork at Calder with some food still stuck at the end of his fork. At least you're not eating military rations. Those things taste like my armpit.
I'm sure I could make something out of those.
Oh dear. Oh
His
no.
armpits?
No, not.
Oh,
Also yes.
Like you were saying.
oh.
Oh. Oh no.
Wait a second there.
I thought you were a cleric, you sick bastard, and
Hold up there.
Deimos waggles his fork at Calder with a shit-eating grin on his face.
He does what now?
Bester.
Deimos waggles his fork at Calder, grinning with a shit-eating grin on his face.
Oh boy.
If I would properly know, I don't think that's within your god's domain.
All right. So,
Albeit I don't.
letting the analogy of eating armpit aside, so you guys finish up your meal. It's decent enough. It's the first cooked food you've had in quite some time. Properly cooked and prepped food you've had in quite some time.
I cooked food yesterday.
Oh, did you? Oh, my mistake. Sorry. Oh, that's right, because I gave you a
Like I've
full
been
day.
cooking food every night.
I forgot that I gave you a full day yesterday.
And I've been cooking food every night if I can.
Well, if
Yeah, he has.
the fire hasn't been a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are finishing up your meal, who is resting and who is going? Dásos is going.
Kledash is going.
Kledash is
I'll
going.
tag along.
Tarin is going.
I need to do a long rest.
And
Have a look at my spells and see what I can use right now. So this.
now is Deimos, are you staying and Calder is staying?
Deimos is staying, yeah.
Okay. Calder, you're staying as well because you need to do your long rest. Okay. Sounds good. Just really quickly, Deimos, are you going to be resting or are you going to be doing something at that time?
He's going to take a seat at the desk that Lorasa was at, and he's going to just casually peruse the book, see if he can somehow glean anything out of it. Probably not, but he's going to be bored of his mind, so why not?
Okay. Make an investigation check.
-1. Oh boy, lovely. Ah, that's an 8.
Yeah. So you spend the time perusing the books. They're definitely there. That's for sure. So
They're made of paper.
yes.
Yes, I love to read. He's holding the book upside down.
Dásos, Kledash, and Tarin. You make your way quietly out of the home. I would like you all to make a stealth check to get to the place. I assume you're going stealth.
Yeah. Let me alt tab back to my.
I got 21.
22.
22. I think we're waiting on Tarin.
That is a 10.
10. All right. So you start going down. You go along the trail, the road, because it's not very well lit. And as you're rounding the corner, you go through the center of town. You go northward, and you take the right-hand turn onto the road where there's all the warehouses and the hostel and stuff. And as you turn the corner, you hear a thud as Tarin accidentally stumbles over a barrel, more or less. And both of you, both Dásos and Kledash, turn back. Shh. And Tarin kind of very gently rights the barrel and continues on. The only person who's awake right now rolled a natural 1, so they didn't hear that. And you make your way down to the end of the road where you see a 2-story tall building. It's about 15 feet wide. And there's a single door leading into the inside. There's one window on the right side of that doorway.
Can I, try and sneakily peek through the window?
Sure. Make a perception check. Of note, both floors that have a window there's no light inside.
I got a 22.
Got a 22. It's kind of hard to see because you are depending on the moonlight coming down and.
Wait, I have those night vision bracers, don't I? Did someone else take those?
Oh, are you attuned to those? Never mind.
Yeah.
Not only do you have night vision, not only do you have dark vision, you also have blind sight. So, as you look into the room, you see it's a fairly long structure. It's about 25 feet long. And along one wall, you see a couple of desks. Toward the back, there's a very large table. Lining the left side, there are a pile of crates, and on the very back, there are a pile of crates. To the immediate right of the window, there's a set of stairs that go upward. You do not see any... You don't see anyone there, any individual.
We seen...
Now I gotta pull up the stat block.
Seems like no one's here at the moment, though. I wouldn't expect that to be the same for much longer, at least assuming what the time is. Wait, are there clocks in this world, or is it all just based on the moon?
I mean, timekeeping is a concept that exists. There are definitely... I'm trying to think about Greyhawk specifically. There are definitely, like, gnomish inventors and so on that have created timekeeping pieces, but your average, you know, person who lives in a village may not necessarily know the concept.
The clocks are for, high class.
More or less, yeah.
Alright. Alright, then.
I mean, of note, most of you would be intelligent enough and would at least recognize what time means, if not necessarily be able to read a clock. All of you have the appropriate prerequisite knowledge.
Alright, then. But, yeah. Then what I say doesn't change. Assuming what time it is, I'd assume he'd be coming back, if he isn't already in there somewhere.
Of note, on this floor you did not see a bed or any sort of sleeping area.
He's probably upstairs. But what did I see besides just a basic looking living area? Is there anything out of the ordinary?
I mean, you did see 2 piles of crates. One immediately to the left when you go through the door, and one on the back of the wall. You did see a series of desks along one wall, along the right-hand wall, and those had various papers and ledgers and stuff on them.
And you know what you keep in crates?
Loot.
Stuff.
And we need stuff.
Exactly.
And I just realized
So
this is not at all the appropriate music. Let's try this again.
Yeah,
There we
you
go.
don't say.
Let's get the tense music going. Yeah, how you like that?
Much better.
Alright,
Thank you, Lord.
the DM will remember that.
Hmm.
Alright, so, what are you guys going to be doing?
Kledash will be searching chests.
Wait, are we inside
Have
the...
you, I was going to say, you haven't come in yet.
I just
Yeah, we're
looked
still
through the
out.
window. I just looked through the window. Are you just bursting? Are you just bursting your hands through the wall?
You made it happen.
I'm not going to stop you, but, I mean,
Are you sure?
are you sure you want to do that?
Let's see. No, I don't want to do a break window check.
Yes. Let's not wrench the window out of the frame again.
Oh, don't do it again, please.
Alright, so now that we've established... Okay, so bottom floor, living room, some crates, some desk, table, papers and stuff. So we're, probably bedroom upstairs. We don't know for sure. Did we do a circle of the house yet? Check for any other kind of entrances?
No one has yet.
Okay, then I do that.
Okay.
Do you need another stealth or anything?
I'll say your stealth is fine for now. Make an investigation check.
And that I actually am proficient in.
You're not proficient in stealth?
No.
Okay.
Wait, don't rogues automatically get proficiency in stealth?
I'm a swashbuckler.
Proficiency versatility as well.
Anyway, I got a 20.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, as you're going around, you don't see windows. You do see like a window very high up on the second floor. In the rear of the house, you do see what's the word I'm looking for? You know how sometimes on houses there's like a bulkhead. There's a bulkhead in the back. In the very back.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna give it kind of. I'm not trying to open it, but just give it kind of a jiggle, see if it's locked.
Yeah, it is locked.
Okay.
I'm assuming you don't have any tools and also don't want to do this.
I would say
I am a rogue, but no, I'm not trying to break in right now.
I would say with that investigation check, you also very carefully look over the bulkhead. You do see it's not trapped, but it is locked.
Okay. Is it what? I mean, I don't need to know like the exact type of lock, but it's the kind of thing that maybe I could try to pick at some point.
Yeah, no, it's there's a tumbler in the back. Yeah, it's a pickable lock. It's not a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like there's a bar over the door.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's like a padlock on the inside or something like that, like where we're gonna have to force it. But
No, there's a keyhole on the outside.
okay, great. Well, that's what I was. I think we've pretty well cased the joint, unless there's another window we can get at, and there's nothing.
Does the place have any chimneys?
God.
There
I
is.
like it.
Are we gonna
like this a
try
lot.
taking this like? Are
There
we gonna try and be reverse Santa?
there is not a chimney.
Oh.
And who's attuned to the bracers? Who was the one who looked in? Was that
I
Tarin?
am.
Tarin,
Yeah.
Tarin's okay.
Actually, hold on. There is not a chimney per se. But if God, how do I describe this? Those of you who have been in a cabin that has a wood burning stove, you see there's like I guess the word is chimney, but it's like a metal structure that comes up and out from the first floor. But Tarin, you did not see a fireplace or a stove or anything like that on that floor. So there's like a narrow, probably 12 inches wide structure that goes up from the first floor. That look like it could be a chimney, but there's no actual... It's not attached to a furnace or a stove.
Interesting.
Are there any windows on the second story?
Yeah, there's one. On the
Does anyone have a ladder anywhere?
on the
Has
right
anyone
side
seen
of the
a
building,
ladder?
there is a single window on the second story. There is also a
Yeah,
window on the front of the building on the second story as well. So those are the two windows in that on the second story.
I would like to ask, would anyone happen to have seen a ladder?
Actually, good question. Is there anything that you think we could use to get? Is there a tree? Is there anything to stand on?
There isn't a tree nearby. You do know personally, as a person who lives here, there are numbers of ladders stored in the warehouses nearby, and there's definitely at least 2 or 3 of them that could make that height.
Just to be clear, these are the warehouses that are owned by this guy, right?
Hey, we've done this before, I think.
Yeah, they're owners. They're owned by the village, kind of. They're not really anyone's specific property. So
Like in Banished.
Sure, yes. Just like in Banished.
Okay, I mean, do you guys feel like there's use in that? I mean, huddle together, have a little whisper. Do you guys think that we need to do that? I feel like maybe we know enough already, but if you want to risk it, we could go get one of those.
I'd say that the more we know, the better.
Yeah, say let's go for a ladder.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we head to the nearest warehouse then, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's just the one nearest, which you guys recognize as the one that you broke into and then broke out of.
Wait a moment.
So you see...
I've been here before.
You see the window crudely tacked back on. And you see what remains of the latch that held the door in place. That's not really fully functional right now. There's just kind of like a board leaning on the door to hold it shut. So who's going in to retrieve the ladder? Which
I mean, I know the.
I'll...
Oh, I was about to say I know the place best because I'm from here, but then I remembered that they broke into and out of it, so I don't know.
I mean, I'll do it.
It's not really something that you would have. I mean, you know about it. You just wouldn't have specifically been in this one for any particular reason in the past couple weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take this since I have the dark vision and all that.
Okay. Yeah. Make a stealth check.
Alrighty then.
Just to
don't fail this time.
Just to quietly open the door.
19 without mods.
Okay. Which is, what, +2? +1? 2, I think?
He
Wait,
needs a
let me
modified
check.
roll.
Yeah, I got modified due to my background as urchin, so I get +3 to sleight of hand and
Like,
stealth.
I'm gonna swear,
nice.
like, you pass
Well,
the check
not
for
+3,
now,
but
but it's
+2.
important for me to know later on when things are making perception checks against you, so... A little bit of under the
Yeah, I
table
get-
knowledge there.
Yeah, I have +3 to stealth and
Okay, so
am
22.
also +3 to sleight.
Okay, so +3. Alrighty, yeah, you manage to... You gently lift the board off and lay it down to the side. The door creaks a little bit as you open it. You look around, nobody seems to have noticed. You slip in, grab a 15-foot ladder that's... You know, when you were in there last, you saw piles and piles of wood, and there were ladders on one side, and there were tools and so on. So you grab one of the ladders, 15-foot ladder or so, and carefully bring it out. Close the door again, lean the board back up to hold the door shut, and make your way back to the group.
Alright,
Great
then.
work.
Alright. Let's put this ladder up.
Yeah, let's do what we're here for.
Alrighty.
And we're gonna send you up the ladder again because you have the dark vision thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
It just seems like the best idea.
whoever is putting up the ladder, I will say make a... Jesus, what would this roll be?
Is Kledash beefier than me? I don't know what Kledash... He's like half dragon, right?
Make
Strength of 10.
Oh, strength of 10.
You
Me
have
and
to
you.
remember,
The
I'm only,
strength of 10, buddy.
make
I'm only
a...
4
no.
feet tall.
See this?
I mean, he's strong for his size.
Make an athletics check.
That's-
Whoever's putting up the ladder. This is like
Oh,
the strength of you putting up the ladder is not in question. The strength of you carefully laying it down so that it doesn't make a sound. That's the question.
is your athletics modifier also 0?
So
Yes, but
We do it together!
I do have Jack of all trades, so
You
that
can-
will give me.
yeah. So
Oh, go
Minor
crazy
boost.
then. Yeah.
whoever's doing it can be assisted. That's fine. Because
Okay,
there's 3
yeah,
of
so I'll
you. So
assist.
whoever makes the roll, you can make it with advantage.
Okay, so shoot. What is that? K1 or something like that?
You can just do question mark ADV plus whatever your mod is. I think with Jack of all trades, you just add your proficiency mod.
Right, ADV. There we go. 14.
14.
Looks
okay.
like.
There's a bit of a bump. You all hush down for a second and you listen and you don't hear anything. Could have gone worse. The ladder's up there. You don't hear any movement. Hear or see any movement.
Alright, time to scurry up.
Okay.
Yep. So that would be a dex.
I'm just gonna use your stealth from before. That's fine. You don't have to re-roll it.
All right.
Otherwise, we'll be bogged down by rolls all day. So, which I think was a 22, if I recall.
Yep.
As you get up there, go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. 17.
Okay. You peer into the room. You look straight. So you're looking from the right side to the left side. Along the opposite wall from you, there's a set of desks. They have various books and scrolls and stuff on them. In the corner to the back right, you see a number of bookshelves. They look fairly neatly organized, if a bit rushed in their organization. Directly to your right, make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, hey, something I'm proficient at.
Yep.
19 after mods.
Okay. You recognize there is a drawing. There's something etched into the floor, into the wood of the floor. and you recognize it as an arcane circle, one that might be used for various rituals, but specifically you do recognize this one as a teleportation circle.
So, he has a place to scurry off to.
With a 19, you do know that a teleportation is somewhere that you go to, rather than somewhere you go from.
Well, he scurries off here, but, yeah, he can teleport back here easily, so that's something that's good to know. And I'd like to slide down the ladder at this point. Pretty sure I've seen everything I can see.
Okay, you make your way down the ladder. Easy enough. Of note, what you did not see a bed. You did not see Marik.
Though, where does he sleep? Because it's obviously not here.
Maybe he stares at the townsfolk while they sleep.
Oh my god, is he undead?
Yeah, you just
But
look
how
to your
he
left
is.
and you just
Oh
see
my God,
Marik
he's a
standing there
vampire.
staring at you. No, I'm kidding. She'd be like, "What you doing, guys?" No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I just
Well,
sort of...
we still haven't checked the basement. Maybe he's a basement dweller.
You did not see stairs going down.
Yeah, but
Saw
there
that
wasn't any
bulkhead.
way down.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, the bulkhead is the right level to go into the first floor.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a what's the word I'm looking for?
Stairwell?
No, it's like a God. What is the word?
A door?
I forget. It's like a bulkhead, but it's like an ancillary entrance if you need to move stuff in and out of that side of the room, but it's not really for people. Bulkhead's the right word, but it doesn't go into the basement. Anyway.
A dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
Trapdoor.
That's the opposite of a dumbwaiter, but yeah.
An oubliette.
No, you haven't met the oubliette yet.
Oh.
I'm suspicious when you say you haven't met it yet.
You mean the cellar door?
In Greyhawk, there are very many oubliettes. Just saying.
I need to search what oubliette even means. What's an oubliette?
It's a place. Don't worry about it. What would you guys like to do?
I only know from RuneScape.
No, not from Labyrinth. I know from Labyrinth.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes. Anyway, what would you guys like to do?
I'm ready to drop the ladder, back off, and head out.
Yeah. Or
Make it
Kledash
look like
goes over-
some random creature took their ladder.
Kledash will look over at Tarin. So, does the window budge or anything? Do you see anything inside? What do you got for me?
Well, there's a teleportation circle, but no bed. And no Marik. Does necromancy doesn't seem to have a bed.
I mean,
Crazy conspiracy theory, but
do you think he's even inside?
no, it doesn't seem like he's anywhere near here.
I was gonna say, what spells do you have?
Well, well, let me read my thing. What do I have prepared?
Sure.
I have Magic Missile, Identify, Feather Falling, Burning Hands, Disguise Self, Blind Deafen. I am currently set up for combat and identifying things.
You do not have divination.
No, not yet. Though I do want to think about making more of a diviner.
Alrighty.
Don't
So
know,
you
though.
are you guys what are you guys doing?
I mean, if he's not here, we could always just break the door down.
I mean, there's probably a god somewhere around. Wouldn't you think? I mean,
Make a perception check.
alrighty.
Just to
Oh,
look
just,
around
like-
and see what you see.
Yep.
Okay, will do.
And that is a 11.
Okay. You don't see any movement nearby.
13.
13. Yeah, neither of you see any movement nearby. There are no people really walking at this time of night. You've been listening and you haven't heard anything. It's a small sleepy village.
So, do you guys think it's a good idea?
I mean, I'm the one who
To
mentioned
break
it,
in
so...
right now?
I mean,
I don't
no
think
one
so.
seems I mean,
No.
it seems like no one's around.
I am hard opposed. I think we should have the spellcaster here. Well, I guess you have. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I'm convincible.
I was
gonna say you have two spellcasters
I'm gonna just
with
like
you.
stare at him.
I guess the loud spellcaster, the one that yells at us.
Him. Yeah, we should probably go and get the rest since we seem to be. Can I like real quick check where the moon is in the sky and see how much time we might have about?
You've taken about maybe an hour of time, so midnight to
So,
1-ish.
Plenty of time. I mean, we could go back and get them now.
Yeah, why not?
So, just a quick vote. Anyone in favor? Because I am.
Of going back to get them, or to go in?
Getting them and finishing up what we're here for.
Just of note, because it's been 1 hour, you guys would be stopping his rest.
You know what? Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Let's do it.
It's the best shot we have at the moment.
You're gonna bust into the house without your cleric.
Or your fighter.
No, we're going and getting you guys, I think.
No, I think you just voted to go in.
Oh, well then. I mean, but you're currently, like, resting and no one's around. We're just being considerate.
I'm not there.
Neither am I.
Anything else is metagaming.
Alrighty. So, what would you guys like to do?
Let's go get them.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh god, who's calling? Who's ringing me?
Someone's calling you.
Oh, it's gone. I stopped it.
Let's get the group.
You guys are heading back to the group and getting them?
Well, yeah, but let's go back with the information that we have.
Okay.
And we don't need to like wake them up early and interrupt their rest, right? Like we can just go back with the information that we have.
Calder's the only one asleep. I'm just casually reading through the herbalism books.
Okay. So you guys head back to the to Lorasa's house?
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
These
alright.
these aren't particularly far from
Yeah.
each other, right?
No, they're 5 minutes walk at the most.
Okay.
Um,
So okay.
They're far
Because
enough.
that would help me make that decision in the sense that like if we got there and then we ended up deciding, what, we are gonna,
Yeah.
take
walking,
this opportunity.
Walking from one end of the village to another is about maybe a 20-minute ordeal. It's a small place.
Yeah, that's what I was basing it on.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys walk back. It is far enough that I will ask you guys for another stealth check, because you'll be passing by things that, are trippable and will make noise. But otherwise, let's have a look.
Another stealth check.
14.
14.
It's like 17 or something.
Well, it is numbers. I don't know. That's your forte, so.
All I have written down are my ability scores right now. I forget what I add when it's proficient.
God. +2 because of your proficiency mod.
Then it's a 16.
16. Okay.
All right. So we're rolling.
Stealth, yeah. Just to make sure you don't, I don't know, hit someone's door.
Make that wait. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you guys make it back relatively uneventfully. There are a couple of close calls when you make a little bit more noise than you were anticipating, but you don't notice anything happen as a result of that. You make your way back to Lorasa's home to find a sleeping Lorasa, a sleeping Calder, and an awake Deimos who appears to be attempting
Deimos
to read.
being woke.
Yeah, who appears to be attempting to read a book entitled Halfling Weed and Its Many Uses.
I like walk over to Deimos and just like, hello there. What you reading?
I have no idea.
I don't know if I doubt that, but all right.
Let's see. What languages do you all know? Okay. Yeah.
I
we're
know
good.
Elvish.
Yeah. So you recognize the title of the book. Deimos, you don't actually know what you're reading because you don't read the language that it's written in. You're just kind of trying to look good.
I'm just gonna like, I'm just gonna kind of chuckle, cause just, yeah, I'm just gonna chuckle at the title.
Okay.
I'm gonna get high.
I mean,
No.
if you
We're
want to get
asking,
high ceiling
we're asking about
without
in-game.
without looking, he's going to respond. If you want to get, I mean, ceiling's right up there. You got a ladder or something?
Ah.
Depends. Right. Do you have any of that? I like point at the title.
YouTube is not based in Massachusetts.
Oh, what,
it's not legal everywhere.
Deimos
Yeah, it's based in California.
Oh,
yeah, it's completely legal
It is
in
actually
California.
Deimos slips over the book. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what any of this says. I'm
You're
just trying to
reading
look
about
cool.
halfling weed.
Wait,
So
I just want to get clear real quick. Is he literally reading a book about drugs? Is that what we're talking about right now?
That's all the title says. It doesn't necessarily say it's drugs. It just says halfling weed.
So in this world where weed probably isn't even a slang term for marijuana, which may or may not exist, it's probably not a drug book.
Yes, sadly.
Make good.
Can I read the book? It's in Elvish, right? I speak Elvish.
Hey, I want to read this.
Make an intelligence check just to see. If you know.
Alrighty. I'm doing it.
No.
All right.
Dásos, make an intelligence check. You.
It's a 10.
You're not familiar with the term?
Well, I got a 21. I know you asked him, but I would like to check this out.
Do you know Elvish? I believe you do.
Yeah, I know Common and Elvish.
It's not a specific term you've come across. You know the Elvish words for halfling and weed. You don't know that it's necessarily.
Could I read the book and just figure out,
That's up to Deimos.
Because I'm interested now.
Okay, that's up to Deimos if he's willing to give it up.
Say, Deimos, would I be able to read that?
Yeah, knock yourself out. He closes the book, hands it over to Tarin, picks up another book that's probably also in Elvish, and pretends to read.
No, it's in common. You know what this is.
Okay. What does this one say? I'm basically picking a book at random.
The book you picked up is it's a book of fairy tales. Book of children's stories, fairy tales.
He's bored. He'll read it.
So, I think that was Tarin that picked up the book. You flip through the pages.
Yeah.
It's a halfling weed is a spice. It's an herb. So like cilantro or I don't know, cilantro or basil. It's like it's a cooking ingredient.
So this is a cookbook.
More or less, yes.
All right. I mean, Calder might enjoy it. I don't know. I just sort of set it off to the side. Anyways, we have info on what we're trying to do with the whole getting a with getting our stuff back.
Yeah? What's up?
Marik isn't there. He has a teleportation circle, and our stuff seems to be in his teleportation circle house thing. I don't even know if he actually properly lives here.
I was gonna say, yeah, unless you want to explain that, you're gonna have to make an Arcana check to even know what that means.
Well, yeah, I'll explain it. He's able to teleport from one place to his, I'm assuming, house, but it doesn't seem like he proper lives there.
Have you I had to step away for a second. Did you mention where, if you found our stuff?
Well, I found some crates.
Well, worth a look, I suppose. Think it might be worth the risk. Calder might be upset that, yeah.
Should we
You guys, what are you guys thinking? Going?
Yeah, we're thinking to do it, but we want to see if you
Get our
guys are willing.
Alright. I'll go wake Calder. I walk over to Calder and I wake Calder.
Wait, we're waking him up early?
We're going in, right?
It's been about an hour and a half since he went to bed.
And how long does he need? Is it four
It's
or
about
8 hours?
It's 8 hours for a long
8
rest.
hours. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So let's talk about this for like 1 second. I know we want to like move along, and I mean even in character. Yeah, I want to move things along. But what is the advantage to going in without his spells ready to go?
Yeah, we should.
Are we convinced that this is the only night where we're gonna have this chance? I know that right now looks like a really good opportunity, but right now minus a healer effectively.
Yeah, I would let the cleric sleep.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try another.
Yeah, let's just say tomorrow night, right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have you guys are the ones who did the recon. So I mean, what do you guys think?
I personally think he's not home, but
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be home.
then again, I don't think he stays home anyways. So
Just in case, we should probably wait
So-
till tomorrow night for our.
So here's the
for
question
our
then.
only healer.
Here's the question then I have for you. Is this a one-time opportunity we think we have, or do you think we still have time to wait?
we never saw a bed, so I think we've got plenty of opportunities. But we'll see.
You know what? We really seem kind of deadlocked on this, so
Okay.
maybe we wake up Calder and ask.
I don't
No.
think we go for it.
No. If you think that if you think that there are plenty of opportunities later, then I say we wait.
You know what?
I do think this would be better with a healer.
Yeah, let's risk missing this opportunity and just wait. Because
If,
I mean,
if
even if we lose this opportunity, we have a better chance with someone who can keep us alive.
well, if what you say is right, and he doesn't seem to be, if he seems to be an absentee from his own home, then it shouldn't be a problem that we're waiting anyways.
Yeah, let's wait. Just do this tomorrow evening.
Well, since we're waiting, Deimos leans over to Tarin. Think you could teach me how to read Elvish?
I could try.
All right.
And that's what we
Above-
spent the next 24 hours doing.
So
Above board.
what's up?
Not 24
Oh,
hours,
yeah,
but
I
7
could-
hours at this point.
How to learn new language.
Oh, we're not going until tomorrow night.
So learning a new language is something that takes months of time. It's not something you can learn overnight.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously.
Unless you have a spell
Yeah,
like
but I
comprehend
can-
languages, but it takes months of in-game time to learn a language. To learn a language
All the
fluently
more
enough
reason
to
to
read
start
it.
now.
in-game downtime, or can you do it like in like bits and pieces?
I mean, months in-game downtime. If you do it in bits and pieces, probably closer to a year or more. It really depends on the language and what languages you already know and what your intelligence is. Anyway, so to make a long discussion short, so you guys are waiting around. Are you resting along with Calder? It's a little tricky for you guys to get to sleep because you just rested recently. But Calder found a way to make it work, so you guys probably can.
I'd probably go ahead and just sort of read myself to sleep. Just going
There's there
through-
spare parchment and writing materials and writing utensils.
Yes. Yeah, you see a couple
I
of...
will write a note saying, "Wake me when you wake up," and set it aside, or "Wake me when you wake up," sign my name on it, and set it aside next to Calder.
Wake me up when oh fuck, I've got the
Before
rest
you
of
go.
That's yeah.
I was probably gonna go ahead and go wake me up inside, but that works too.
Alrighty, so you guys find yourselves to various states of rest or pretending to read Elvish for the next 6
Or
to 7
actually
hours
reading
or so.
Elvish.
Or actually reading Elvish, those of you who can read Elvish. For the next 6 to 7
Someone just left the
hours,
call.
Calder... Oh, did somebody? Yeah, somebody did leave.
Dásos.
We lost Dásos, yeah.
Oh well. Let me see if there's anything that we need to worry about there. And while we're waiting, each of you find yourself to wakefulness. It's at this point, it's just breaking dawn. Ugh. Maybe not that music right now, but
Yeah, maybe not bagpipes right now. Oh, that's better.
so it's just getting to dawn at this point by the time you guys are each individually waking up. For the purposes of ease of gameplay, I will say that more or less you're roughly synchronized with what your rests are. A couple of you are off, but nothing that a couple of days won't be able to fix.
Okay.
And as you guys wake up, Dásos goes to relay the information to you that they've more or less figured out at least what Marik's house looks like.
There he is.
He's back.
And suddenly I burst onto the scene.
Welcome back, sir.
Thanks.
Everyone has woken up. It is cresting dawn.
All right, yeah. So I mean, have we already kind of debriefed?
We've
already broken into the house and stolen all our stuff back.
Okay, that's sick. So I'm going to go into the woods.
What?
Peace, nerds.
Seriously speaking, everyone has been briefed. Everyone is on the same page as to what is happening.
Okay, even Calder, who presumably just woke up.
We're all awake. Everyone's awake.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Right.
So,
Lorasa is presumably awake too, right?
Yes, Lorasa has awoken at this point, and she kind of takes a curious look at each of you because you've sort of got an odd sleeping pattern going on at this point. And she looks at who was it that put her to bed? I think it was that Kledash?
Deimos.
It was Deimos. She looks over to Deimos. You're not wearing your armor. Do you guys go and get it? I assume she turns over
Wait.
to Dásos. I assume you showed them where it was?
We went and decided it would be better for everyone to be totally prepared before we... He wasn't in there. Do you know... Does he live there? I always thought he lived there.
As far as I know. Where it's his house.
Well, so-
Where else would he live?
Yeah, so I guess, quick rundown for Lorasa. Do you want me to say it? Or
I'll just assume she was in the room when you did the rundown, so she knows how odd this is.
Right. Before I prepare my spells, because I've got just one question I want to ask the GM. Do I know what... I know that the spell up on the guy who's down as necromancy, right?
Correct.
Do I know if I gave him like a boost to his saving check, that would help him recover from the spell? And what kind of saving check that would be? If could I find that out?
I feel like you just
Because I've got some spells.
I feel like you cast a Mass Cure Wounds or something. I think that was all you did.
I cast Detect Poison and Cure
no.
Wounds. He was the other guy who cast Detect Magic, and he was
No,
the one who
I mean, before
Yeah,
when you guys were in
I
the
sent
ant hive, I think
Yeah.
the only thing you did to like help him per se was to heal him. I don't believe you've done anything else to him.
I've also but I'm saying that like if I gave him, I've got a spell that lets him pass ability checks with pluses to them. I was wondering whether or not I would know whether or not that would help him, and whether or not I could find that out, and which score I would need to do that. I've got a number of spells that.
Based on your medicine check, I don't think you'd have enough information to determine that. You wouldn't have enough information to determine if he's continuously making saves or like what's going on his back end. You don't because one, that's on above the table rather than on the table, but that you don't have enough information for that to know that.
Would I be able to find out? Would my character know how to find out? Outside of casting Detect Magic on him myself, which would just give me the information of his
I'm just
necromancy.
trying to think, because you know he's affected by some kind of necromantic magic. You don't really know what it is. I can't think of any specific way that you may be able to know, unless you know of a way.
No, that's just it. I've got a bunch of spells that could improve. I've got enhanced abilities which could give him advantage on those checks, but only if I know which check he's doing, whether it's wisdom, charisma, intelligence.
That's not really a thing you have the correct information to find out about.
Yeah, that's what I was. All right, I don't actually have any spells to check anything further than that. All right, cool. Well, I have prepared locate object then, and I shall be locating. I guess my father's crossbow, because that's what I probably would know the best.
Okay.
And just to double check to see I know where it is.
All right.
If it's in this town, great.
So you hold the holy symbol of Truxcalion and mutter a couple of incantations. You make a couple of small motions in the air, and let's see. Locate object works for about 1,000 feet.
Yep.
Trying to think about how far away you'd be at this point. You sense just on the
idea how far 1,000 feet is.
it's about 300 meters, a little bit over 300 meters.
Okay.
Probably closer to 350 meters. You just on the very, very edge of the spell's radius, you feel a slight tug on your mind. It's extremely faint and just in the very edge of the radius.
Cool. In which case, okay, so I think I know where at least some of my stuff is located, thanks to my spells. So let's go and investigate that a little bit further. It may be you are barking up the wrong tree, and we are investigating the wrong place. Nothing else? This will help us determine what room things are and be able to help us locate our stuff faster. So
agreed. All right, pack it up.
Steal it.
Pack it up, ladies and gents. let's get going.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty, so you guys prepare yourselves in your various ways. Lorasa stops.
Wait, to do what? Go into the house?
Yeah, so are you guys heading out? It's roughly dawnish.
Yeah, wait, aren't we going at night?
A little bit past dawn at this point.
I'm going out to find out specifically where the things are. If it is specifically in the house, then great. Maybe we're barking up the wrong goddamn tree.
So wait, why do we bother going at night if now we're just gonna go over in broad daylight?
I'm not breaking in just yet. We don't have a plan. I just want to know exactly what things are. If I'm within 30 feet, I can find out more or less exactly where it is.
Oh, okay, I see what your plan is.
So we're gonna go 30 feet from the house.
I mean, you already, if it's within 1,000 feet, you know its exact location. That's just how the locate object spell works.
Yep. So I just want to make sure it's in the house and roughly where it is, and from there we can make a much stronger plan. Because otherwise, it's just somewhere in this building. Maybe. Might have the wrong building. We're just assuming here.
Right, Calder, do whatever reconnaissance you need to do, and get back quick.
Okay. So, is this concentration?
Up to 10 minutes, yes.
Doesn't say it's concentration, though.
Locate objects, duration, range self, duration, concentration up to 10 minutes. That's what I've got here anyway.
Okay, it doesn't say concentration on my screen. Fair enough, I was gonna do something else, but that's alright. Okay, so then, yeah, I go towards and make sure where my crossbow is.
Okay.
If anyone wants to come with me, they can. It's probably the same building.
You just
to be
walk
brutally
out?
honest.
Just walk straight out? Is that what you're doing?
Don't see any particular reason to, hide.
Okay. So you make your way out of the building. Is anybody else going with him?
This time I'll stay back.
Alrighty. So
I'll go with him.
That's
Kledash will.
Kledash. Okay. So let me split up the minis so I remember who's going where. Okay. So Kledash and Calder, you make your way out. If I could have both of you make a perception check, please.
17.
17. Calder, perception check.
Hey,
Calder. Did we lose him?
Are you there? You okay, buddy?
Oh, all right.
Well.
Let's take a look. I'll have him roll this, and then we'll see what happens. So, Kledash, you do see as you're going down, you recognize a couple of faces, people that you met the last time you were in town. They don't really seem to be taking notice of you. 23, yeah, okay. As you're walking along, you now know what Marik looks like. You know the individual of Marik, and you don't see him along the way. Calder, who's, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to type it as well so he can, read it. As you make your way down, Calder feels the tug towards Marik's house, and he gets there. You guys take a quick glance around. There doesn't really seem to be anyone around. He makes a circle around the building, and he feels the strongest tug as you guys approach the rear of the home. It appears to be, which you know as the pile of crates that was in the back of the room. So he feels less than 5 feet away from him when he goes around the back of the building.
We cannot hear you.
So
Your audio is dead.
So if you can hear us, as you go around the back of the building, you do feel your crossbow, your father's crossbow that had been handed down to you, within 3 to 5 feet of you as you go around the back of the building. So Kledash would know this, yes. Okay. Yeah, so you tell Kledash...
The room with the crates?
Yeah, you tell Kledash and you point towards the wall, and Kledash is like, yeah, we found some crates back there.
So the room with the crates, where things are kept, not the rooms that didn't have crates where things would not be kept.
Where we thought they were.
Yep.
So are you... what are you guys doing now?
Guessed.
What are you guys doing now? Are you heading back? Or are you... Oh boy. Oh boy.
Can we just rest till night? I mean, I feel like we've done all the stuff in town that we were gonna do. We've talked to all the people. We've done all the.
Well, I mean,
as a half elf, yeah, you can put yourself into a trance for how long.
Well,
want,
I'm asking the party.
yeah.
Like, are there more things that we have to do?
No.
Not particularly,
Really?
no.
I mean, most of what I want to do is sort of like more flavor-wise than needed. By the way, how long would it take for like a starting lesson to like Elvish for Deimos?
Why don't we...
I want you to know that this is the most useless but most charming thing that is happening here.
What is? Trying to teach Deimos how to speak
You
Elvish?
teaching your pal Elvish.
Like, how do I?
Let's...
How long would a starting?
I mean,
How long
if
would
he
a
learns it,
starting
I'll go with
thing?
him. I'll learn it with him.
Let me do some digging, and I'll find out. I'm pretty sure it's in Xanathar's Guide somewhere, but I haven't read it yet. So, or it's possibly in the Explorer's Guide that's coming out in March. So I'll do some digging. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
If I had to guess, probably a month minimum, just to have a functional literacy. But yeah.
I'm saying like just a space like singular starting out lesson, so I can like do another lesson another time, sort of.
I will get back to you on that.
way.
I will find out
All
the
right.
answer for you, and I will get back to you on that. I will probably tell you that you don't have time to do that now.
All right.
Fair enough.
You guys can chat.
Well, yeah.
Wait,
I
I guess if we do want to address the Calder thing about like in case we need to peace out or whatever, like I could, as someone who knows the forest, go set up a little, I don't know, a cache or whatever of stuff, of just like camping stuff, of rations, of whatever, in case this is something that we are genuinely worried about. Like, oh my god, we got caught by the mayor, we need to run right now.
On the way back, Calder and Kledash, if I could have you make perception checks, please.
Yes.
If I could read through the herbalism books, see if there's anything I might understand in there.
Kledash, move on. Calder's 10. All right. Keeping your eyes out. You don't spot Marik anywhere. As you're getting to Lorasa's house, you just see, coming up from where you know to be the waterfront, you see Marik. Who rolls a goddamn 5 on his perception, so he doesn't see you. But noticing him, Calder, you usher Kledash in just a little bit quicker, just to get inside and away from certain eyes. It's mid-morning at this point. If you guys would like to do something during the day and then do what you want to do at night, it's up to you. Exhaustion doesn't hit until 24 hours, so you've got, however long that's going to take.
I would like to go ahead and read that herbalism book, see if I understand it.
Sure.
Understand what's going on.
Alright,
what check with...
So question, 2 questions. 1, do you have proficiency in survival?
I don't...
Okay.
Check,
Second question.
It does not look like it.
Okay, second question, do you have proficiency in Arcana?
Oh, that I have.
Okay. So you spend the time reading over the book. I will detail with you later about what you learn, but there are a couple of things that you pick up on in this text.
All right.
Is there anything anybody else would like to take time during the day to do?
Hello?
Hey, you're back.
Yay! Stupid.
So is there anything anybody else would like to do during the day to take time out of the day and just take care of while you're all awake?
Negativo on my end.
Yeah, with me it's just reading books is all I'm wanting to do right now.
Yeah, Deimos is
Other than
just...
that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Deimos at this point is just waiting, twiddling his
Kledash will
thumbs.
just pass the time.
Okay. So you guys pass the time over the course of the day. Lorasa spends most of the day reading, through the various books that she's collected. She goes out for a bit. Just says, "Don't worry about me. I'll be back when I'm back." She makes her way back, and all is well. Over the course of the day, it's probably about 10 hours between then and sundown. And as the early evening begins to set in, Lorasa... Say again?
Yeah, before it goes to sundown, I want to actually go to the general store and buy the things I was saying I was going to buy, which is some rations, a healing kit, a bunch of other useful supplies.
Give me one quick second. Because I was an idiot and decided to put that book away. Ugh.
Sorry. We're running low on... Well, I don't know what supplies we've got left, but I don't think we have an unlimited amount.
You don't have unlimited. I believe you have... I think I gave you a number of how many days rations that you took from the prison.
Yeah, 10.
10? There you go. However many
And
days
I don't remember how many days it's been since the prison.
Probably, I think 6 or 7, thereabouts.
Yeah, we need more supplies.
So, alrighty, yeah, you make your way over to the general store. It's a short trip, so you're not super worried about it. As you make your way into the store, the shopkeep turns. The big one. Did you get what you asked for?
Yes. Yes, I did. I forgot the voice I did it for this guy again. What the hell?
Scottish Highlands is what I've been getting out of it.
Aye, yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
So, what can I be doing for you today?
Well now, I just need some supplies for a long-ass trip. Just in case, our traveling supplies are wearing thin.
Fair enough. Alrighty, and then moving off of the roleplay, you're looking at rations. It's going to be 5 silver pieces for 1 day's worth of rations for 1 person.
Yeah, there's 6 of us in the party now?
Yep. So
5.
5. I'm doing
5.
math wrong.
So that's
5. Let's buy another 10 days worth of rations. So
2.5 gold pieces for 1 day.
I'll tell you what. I'll just actually buy all these things after the session because I'm too lazy to do it mid-session.
Fair enough.
That's a waste of time.
So
this is when I'll be buying stuff, I'll just do it after the session.
Okay. Yeah, just make a list of the things, and I'll tell you how much they'll cost, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty. So Tarin makes his way back. He's got his arms heavy with a bunch of stuff that he bought, presumably.
That was Calder.
Sorry, did I say Tarin? Sorry, Calder.
Yeah, you.
I looked at the bottom of the list, and I don't know why. And you just happened to be the last in the list alphabetically, and I just read off. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, Calder comes back to the group.
We all make mistakes.
Calder comes back to the group, arms heavy with stuff, presumably. It's just kind of an amorphous blob, and you all kind of look at it funny, but you don't worry about it because weird shit happens in this role all the time.
No, I have sacks. It's fine.
Yes, you have sacks. Some of them are moving. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So it's just getting to early evening. Sun's low in the sky, but not quite setting. Is there anything you guys want to like to do before you head out?
Still twiddling. Deimos is still twiddling his thumbs, metaphorically.
Yeah, I think maybe we.
Are there any other
put off
books?
until tomorrow night?
So you can go right to nighttime. So sunset. Lorasa has herself retired for the evening. A day's worth of fruitless searching through the journals.
What's her general expression throughout the day?
In the morning, morning, quote unquote, when she wakes up. She's frustrated, and toward the end of the day, as you guys are getting ready to leave, it moves more toward desperation. She's starting to flip through books that she's already read through, and just trying to find anything that she can get through.
Okay.
I mean,
Noted.
the next day, if we're still around, I would enjoy reading through those journals she's reading through if I'm able to.
Okay. So
We'll see what happens. But noted.
Yeah.
Lorasa goes to retire for the evening. You guys are rested. You're awake. It's getting toward the end of your time, but you've got another at least 8 or 9 hours before you guys have to worry about exhaustion. So.
All right. Well, we all good? We all set? We all good to go?
Yes.
I'm as ready as I'll be.
All right. Grab your gears, ladies and gents. Let's get going.
Wait. For all the time that we spent talking about it, did we actually plan what entrance we're going in through yet?
No.
Oh no.
So we don't actually have a plan.
We don't have any sort of plan.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Let's.
What do you think we do? Actively plan things?
Those are the best plans.
That's not how we.
knew what we were doing, and we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
No, we don't do anything. We don't. Us. We burst in and probably die.
Okay, let's actually
Alright,
alright,
so-
something
plan?
vaguely.
So I think we could pick the door on that bulkhead-looking thing. Pick the lock on that. And then I don't know. Maybe give it one more quick once over before we go in. Make sure we still don't see anything. Immediately after that, pick the lock. Get in there through that door. I don't know. Do we want to check the crate room first?
The crate room has our stuff in it.
Okay, so we'll go to the
Yeah,
crate
that's
room
the-
first, and then see if it's
Check
worth
the
going
crate.
around anywhere else. Does that
Do we have
make
any
sense?
thieves' tools between us?
Yes, yes.
I
Yeah, I have. Yes.
would imagine the rogue has
Okay.
thieves' tools.
You just said you were a swashbuckler.
Yeah.
Okay then.
She
So,
just
are
says,
you
looking at
proficient in
you with a
them?
blank expression on her face.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
what was-
Do I know it? No, whatever. Okay, so.
What was
Okay,
that,
so sounds like the most reasonable plan is was there a door behind the building, like a hidden entrance, a way we can get in without being prying eyes on the street.
Yeah. So there's a back door. This is the thing that Ember couldn't come up with a good name for, but it looks like
It's a
a bulkhead,
bulkhead
but does
door.
not go into the basement. It's
Yeah.
a bulkhead door. Yeah. So it's you can't see through it. It's clearly not intended for people to be going in and out of, but there's a door there. So yeah, we were thinking.
Yes. Do you think you can get through that?
Yeah. That was we looked into doing that, and it looked like that would make sense.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
then there's
not
no point of.
opened it.
Well, that is our point of entry then, if we can do it.
Yeah,
As long as
sounds
it's
good.
yes. Well,
Okay.
there we go then. So we got through there. We try as. Do we have any detect life? No, we don't have detect life. Anything like that. That'd be a very useful spell.
So as are you guys heading out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. I would like. This is going to be a group stealth check. I would like everybody roll stealth check, please, and let me know. What you
Alrighty
get.
then.
Oh, nice. Stand by, but natural 19. What's my stealth? 22. 22 for Deimos.
22,
I got 20.
20.
I got a 19.
Deimos, are you wearing heavy armor?
I'm wearing chainmail, so
I believe chainmail
that
gives
is
you.
a disadvantage.
I was gonna say I believe chainmail gives you disadvantage on stealth checks.
stand by. Contents.
So,
Chain. Oh no, chain is not a disadvantage.
It is
You're
not.
fine.
Oh, look at that. Or is it chain shirt or chain mail? Actually, I think
Chainmail.
chainmail.
Oh. Yes, no, chain. All heavy armor is disadvantage.
It's disadvantage. It's
'cause it-
disadvantage.
Okay.
You've got disadvantage.
Calder, what was your check?
Ah, it doesn't matter. I rolled another 19.
Okay.
Cheater.
Calder,
Fortunately, I think I might have fucked it up for everyone. 9.
9.
Oh fuck.
Dasos,
Damn it.
Oh, I got a 20.
20. Deimos
wearing?
got
I
the
can't
22. Kledash,
I got a 9.
9 as well. Tarin,
Oh no. I got a 19. 16 plus my 3 in
Okay.
modifier, cause 1
The-
plus my 2 bonus.
the majority of you got it. So,
I have. I
Cle-
do apologize. I have disadvantage. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you do.
Yes, 8.
8. All right. So you make your way across the hamlet, trying to be a little bit wary of the, various people who are the 1 or 2 people you happen to see along the road. Kledash and Calder do. Oh shit, that was loud. Do make a bit more noise than you would have probably liked, but the rest of you managed to cover for them well enough. Congratulations, you succeeded on this group stealth check. You make your way up to.
With 2 people in disadvantage armor.
You make your way up to the Clearwater's homestead, and it's the way you left it. You don't see any lights in the windows. You don't see any movement.
All right, Dásos. Or let's.
I break the window.
Okay, roll a strength check.
No, I picked a lock. It was a joke. Idiot.
Hey, I'm
you
not.
kidding?
I'm not here to tell
Strength
you what
check?
to do. All right.
Is that a joke?
Alrighty. So you're going back to the bulkhead and going to pick the lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing that makes more sense.
Okay. Make a thieves tool check. So dexterity mod plus thieves tools, which is proficiency mod. So dexterity check plus your proficiency mod.
20.
20. Okay. It's simple enough. The door's not incredibly complex. Dix takes you just a moment. Just the door opens up and it swings inward, and as you go to open it, it hits up against a crate about 4 inches in. You take a peek in and you see that it's crates that it's up against.
Okay, I start giving it a little shove. Like, is it something I'm gonna be able to force?
Make a strength check.
Well, I'm not trying to force it. I'm trying to see, like, is this like a wall I'm up against, or does it feel like there's some give?
You give it a little shove. There's a bit of give. You look in through. There's about 4 inches of the door opening, so you look in through that and you see that it's the crates in the back of the room that it's up against. It's not just a wall right there.
Okay. I turn to Deimos and I say, "Hey, you're barely literate, but can you push a door open?"
Ah, fuck you. Yeah, I can push it.
Whoa! Let's be careful here. If we push this and make too much noise, then there's every chance that we'll be rumbled.
Can you push it really quietly?
Can I attempt to push it really quietly?
You can.
Can I give him guidance to attempt to push it really quietly?
You can also do that.
I mutter a small prayer and give you guidance.
Okay.
Gives you a D4.
So yeah, guidance, you get an extra d4 you can add to any ability check. You can choose to use the d4 before or after you make the roll. First make a strength check. There's going to be 2 checks in parallel, so first make a strength check.
Oh boy, that's a 7.
7. You can choose to add that d4 if you would like, and use that now.
11. Is 11 gonna do it? That's the question. That's the best case scenario.
So
50-50.
11. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that's what I rolled. That's saying I'm considering. I'm
Alrighty.
considering
Yeah,
if that's
up
something
to
I should
you.
be doing. That is the best case scenario. Is an 11. Probably the threshold is a 10. Is it worth rolling the dice?
We need to get in.
If you would like to continue with the 11, I will need you to make a stealth check to see if you can carefully push hard, because you can push hard. I will say a 10 will succeed in pushing the objects. The question is, can you push it quietly?
Oh, hey, I rolled the 4.
A 4
Okay.
plus.
On the D4, so 11 on the strength check.
Okay.
He didn't actually roll the strength check. He was debating whether or not a 4 would actually make the difference.
Oh, I thought you just hadn't added your strength mod yet. Okay. Go
No,
on.
Yeah, I was debating whether the 4 would make a difference, but yeah,
Okay.
I decided to roll, and I did get the 4.
So that's an 11. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Stealth check, double checking. That is a +3. Wow, I can't believe. Oh, that's much better. 18. Oh
18.
no, disadvantage, right? Disadvantage. 18 first roll. 18.
18. Okay. So you.
What is it with you and your stealth checks?
You do manage. It takes a bit of leverage and time, but you do sort of force one arm in and then bring the other arm and push the boxes. You look as you're entering. It's like a good 4 or 5 boxes that you have just now pushed out of the way, but you, as quietly as you can, as quietly as heavy wood rubbing on wood can be, you do manage to make the door passable for everyone in the group.
I loudly applaud.
Are you actually, or is this another joke?
I'm gonna stop making jokes.
I'll get out my trumpet to toot your trumpet.
Right.
We play a song, a
as
loud song.
As Deimos finishes pushing the door, he looks inside. All right, guys, I think this should be enough space. Let's go. Let's go get our stuff back.
Okay.
And Deimos will be the first one to go through.
Okay. So you head on into the room. As you get in, make a perception check.
16 unmodified with a +1, 17.
17. All right. It's tough to see the layout of the room because you're a human and don't have dark vision. But you more or less can gather that there's no movement in the room.
Okay. Looks all clear. Let's go, guys.
All right.
I'll be the second one to come in and make
I am
that.
actually going to draw this out because it's a fairly limited space. So I will draw this one out real quick. Da, 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 da.
Da 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 da.
There we go.
So,
So,
Who's doing the music?
this is the front door. This is the bulkhead that you came in back here. Okay? These are the crates.
Wait, who was doing the music?
I think that was Tarin.
I think that was. What? No.
Was that Deimos?
Yeah, it was
I think
Deimos.
Deimos was the one.
How long do you think you could do that for?
what? Just like
Yeah, just do that song.
Just-
do the Halo theme in a really bad voice. I don't know.
Tell me.
I wouldn't call that
Tell
bad.
us.
All right.
I called it
Tell us
great
how long.
background music.
So, I mean,
Tell us how
I
long.
I could literally put up the Halo theme right now if you wanted me to.
No, don't.
So-
You're gonna get copyright
sued.
strikes. Don't.
This is the space that you're looking at. This up here is the front door going out to the road. This is the bulkhead back here. If I can find... Deimos has made their way in. This is just a large table. couple of benches, crate. These are just piles of crates that are here.
Okay.
So who's next in?
I think Calder said he was going in next.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a perception check to see whether I can hear any movement inside the building.
Okay, make a perception check.
16.
Okay. You as you go in, you just take a step in and listen carefully for any sort of creaking or any sounds like that. Nothing's really catching your ear.
Can I hear like a snoring? Or people moving around?
You don't hear any sound coming from elsewhere in the building.
Okay.
Who's gonna be next in?
I'll go in next.
Oh, and these here, those are the stairs going up. So who is that?
All right.
That was Tarin?
That was, yeah, Tarin.
Tarin. Okay, you're next in. And who's bringing up the rear?
Kledash.
Kledash is bringing up the rear, so Dásos in, then Kledash. Okay.
Hey, me and my boy Kledash in the back.
Where is... So you've got 2 sets of crates. You have 2 here. I know it's kind of hard to see with the minis in the way. You have 2 piles of crates. There's about 6 crates here, and there's about 5, maybe 6 crates there. It's kind of hard to see in the dark. The 2 of you with dark vision know there are 5 crates here.
Okay. Which crate do I think had my stuff in it? Like, from where I was?
When you were standing here, you felt it was within 3 to 5 feet.
Okay. I start searching those crates, carefully looking for my stuff.
Okay, make an investigation check. Anybody else who would also like to search, go ahead and make investigation checks. Is there anyone who would like to do something other than investigate the crates?
19.
Can I just watch the door, like the door to the next room?
I got an 8.
The stairs, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got a 21 after mod.
You can.
Because I obviously don't have anything to look for.
Okay. Yeah, you can watch the stairs. Alrighty. So, let's see. Calder was a 19, was it?
Yeah.
19. Deimos.
17 modded.
Kledash.
8.
And Tarin.
21 modded.
21. Okay. Each of you, except Kledash, finds all of your belongings. Almost all of your belongings. None of the gold. None of the rations. Nothing like none of the consumable items. But you do find armor, weapons. Who was it that owned the pony?
That was Kledash.
That was
That's Kledash.
All right. So
You found your pony in a crate!
yeah.
Just
So
suddenly hoarse.
all of you except Kledash find all of your previous belongings. So
I'm
hope you.
kind of annoyed now because I had a
I was
holy
gonna say,
symbol in my
I hope you didn't erase all that shit. Kledash, you aren't quite able to find all of your belongings. You find everything except your armor that you had before, and you don't find your what was your instrument? Was a lyre, I think.
It was a loot.
It was a loot, buddy.
All right.
You didn't loot your loot.
You do not find your loot in the belongings.
Could I, after I found my thingies, could I try and help?
So this is taking into account. This is taking into account that everybody else also rolled really high. Those particular belongings. So any consumables, the loot, Kledash's armor in particular, Deimos's armor actually is not in the pile either. But everything else that you have that you were looking for is there.
So I have a pet mouse just in a crate.
You did not find your pet mouse. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Aw.
All right. Well, I've got a lot of writing to do.
Goodbye, Mickey.
Unfortunately, it seems that your pet mouse has found its own way in the world.
Press F to pay respects.
Press F for Mickey.
That said,
Got your mouse, Mickey.
That said, Kledash.
Yes.
So
Unfortunately,
Yes,
there's a cease and desist.
actually, this
Yes.
Actually, so this is Deimos that would have found this. Deimos, you do find a scrap of parchment that notes it is a bill of sale for a horse matching the description that Kledash would recognize to an individual who lives somewhere near an individual who's listed that you have their name of. So you do have a bill of sale.
Okay.
Dásos, could I have you make a perception check, please?
Yes, one sec.
While we're doing that, everybody else, who...
Hey, that's a natural 20!
I believe it was Calder
Very
that
nice.
searched the back here. Who else searched the back here? It was Calder and probably Tarin?
No, I don't think anyone specified anything.
Okay.
Yeah, no
I
one...
just searched.
Calder's the only one that specified which
Okay.
set of crates he was searching.
So we'll go
And
with
I rolled
Calder.
a 19.
So we'll go with
And he rolled
Calder
a
on this one.
19.
Calder, as you're shifting the crates around, you take them down carefully. You do find underneath the crates there's a small trapdoor. So Dásos, that's a 20 plus what?
Oh, does the natural not do it? It's
It's-
plus proficiency, plus wisdom, so 23.
23. Okay, sorry, no such thing as a natural 20 on an ability
Yeah,
check.
skill checks don't get.
Skill
checks don't work like that.
So
That sucks.
so you're
Likewise,
watching.
likewise, natural ones don't work like that for skill checks either.
That sucks too.
So you're keeping an eye on the stairwell and the doorway. You don't hear anything of note. You do hear the building is an old building, so it does shift and creak, but you don't hear anything that sounds like footsteps or a person or anything like that moving around.
You got us all worried there, you asshole.
You're welcome.
Yeah, wait.
He said he
I'm
was.
so concerned that I rolled a perception check when there was.
It's.
Wait,
You said that was the thing you wanted to do. I'm not going to
spooked.
tell you not to do it.
I'm spooked.
So Calder, you find this trapdoor hidden under the crates there. Otherwise, nothing else of note. You got your stuff back, so that's a plus.
Hey guys. Jeez, I forgot the voice I did again. Jesus Christ, how do I forget this? This is a very unique. Whatever.
Scottish Highlands.
Yeah, I know. I can't do it now. Don't know why. Hey, I found this. Do you think we have time to investigate it?
It's been about probably an hour and a half at this point. It took some
time
time
to
to
go
go
for
through
it.
everything.
What's the sky look like?
It's gotten darker. You're getting closer to midnight-ish.
It's still the dead of night. Probably have time to investigate. I'll let you guys look through it. No, I should probably be down there with you guys.
Yeah, let's just all head down.
Okay. So,
Okay, we're gonna head down the trapdoor then.
alrighty. It is locked.
I unlock it or volunteer to try, at least.
Make an
Yes.
investigation check, real quick.
Okay.
Actually, you're just gonna go ahead and unlock it. So make same as before. Thieves plus check.
Investigate it. You need me, an accomplished rogue, to say all right. You know what? This time, fine. I'll unlock it without investigating. But I want it to be known that I investigate before.
Just saying.
All right. So picking the lock is
Dex plus
wait.
proficiency.
So it's Dex proficiency. So I got a 17.
17. Okay. It doesn't take long at all. The trapdoor opens, unlocks very easily.
Unfortunately, I die.
Hey, you never know.
Wait. So I do investigate the door.
Okay.
Can I investigate the door before we go through it?
Roll an investigation check.
Silent alarm activated.
It's
No.
20.
That's not something you can see with investigation. So, 20.
Oh wait, could I?
You do notice as you pick the lock, it clicks into
like,
place,
trip
and
and alarm?
you look over just slightly, and you see a very like a hair thin wire across the top of the trapdoor. It does appear that this trapdoor
Oh wait, nah.
is trapped.
Okay. What do you roll to disarm?
Trap door.
It's a trapped door.
So the disarm is actually the disarm is the same thing. It's Dex plus.
Oh, okay.
Disarm the trap door with the. I can't
All right,
continue.
I give it a
that.
shot. Oh yeah, perfect. That's a 1 plus 3 plus 2. That's a 6. We got a 6 here.
Yeah, blow
Hey,
up my
did you guys-
influence, yeah.
Did you guys know
Our
skill
hopes
checks
were
don't
so
have
high.
natural 1s anymore? That's sick,
So
right?
how
Yeah,
much?
I know,
cool
right?
that there's
How
no
is
That's
that?
why.
That was a 7.
I
You
got
said?
a 6.
Was
I
it
got a
6?
6.
All right. So,
And you've taught us a valuable lesson, or at least me.
does a 22 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh no.
as you glide your finger along this wire, and in a moment of you don't even know, anxiety or something, you feel your whole body twitch, and you accidentally grab the cable and twist, and all of you hears a click as, oh boy,
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
no, not rocks, as a small dart comes out from the wall just above where the trapdoor hinge is, and strikes Dásos right in her shoulder. You
Hit me in the eye. I deserve it.
You,
Roll a 1. Hit my eye.
you take 4 points of piercing damage, and I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay. You feel the tip of the dart burn as it enters your flesh, and you feel the sensation of the poison make its way through your body, and you take an additional 5 points of poison damage.
Cool. I cast. Fuck.
I don't think that's a spell on your spell list. I don't know.
I got rid of the spell that lets you remove poison. Because
Um,
I'm smart.
So,
Didn't think
for-
of facing any poison today. Okay. How much damage did you just take?
I didn't count.
That wasn't.
That was
9.
9 total.
Yeah.
I'm still above half. Like I'm I mean, you don't
yeah,
want
but
to let
it's
poison
poison.
go.
It's not going to go away.
That's true.
I say. Shit. Well, that sucks. Here, let me patch it up a little bit. You're probably gonna need it. Cast Cure Wounds on you. I've used 2
Aren't we
spells.
literally like right inside the door?
You're
What?
you're at the rear of the room at this point. So each of you
Yeah,
is,
but so I
you're
could
all the way
feasibly
back
just
there.
walk out, but it's not like we've gotten anywhere in this room yet.
Yeah, basically.
It's up to you.
Well,
I was
Still-
gonna say Calder's already cast the spell, so
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take the spell.
yeah. So that is. I forgot how much health this gives you. It's healing.
Wait, this is a stupid question, but can you reject an aid spell? Like if he cast Cure Light Wounds on you, can you like elect not to?
I don't think so. Well, it's not Cure Light Wounds because that's 3/5.
Well,
but
yeah. I just mean in theory.
I don't think you can. Yeah, creature you touch regains a
I mean,
number
you
of hit
could
points
tell
equal
me-
to... No, it
It takes
doesn't...
me 6 seconds to cast a spell, so you could just say, "Don't,"
I
and I will
Okay.
probably just stop casting the spell.
Yeah, I mean, most spells don't... Most helpful spells, like healing or aid or guidance or stuff like that, don't have...
Resistance.
Well, it's not resistance. It doesn't say,
Yeah.
it doesn't say a willing creature. It just says a creature. So, you don't really have a choice, per se.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, because I can beat you to near death, cast Cure Wounds, then beat you to near death again.
Well, it depends. If it's a touch,
Well, since it's touch, I could dodge, right?
yeah.
I
If
could- I
it's touch,
could
you do
just,
have
like,
to
pull
you do have
back.
to succeed on a touch attack, but nonetheless.
Still, I'm
So
genuinely annoyed at myself for getting rid of the spell that cures poison.
trapdoors.
I'm annoyed at myself for
I
failing to
kind-
disarm a simple trap.
It's gonna.
I
so,
kind of
it's
just want
We're all
to,
competent here.
I kind of just want to go looking around
Dásos,
to make an army of small creatures.
Dásos, after another 6 seconds goes by, you take another 5 points of poison damage, and you feel,
I am nearly dead.
and you feel the poison make its way out of your system.
Oh, so now I'm not. Oh,
It's
Well, you clearly don't need
It's-
healing, so it's fine.
You take the damage, and then you take the damage at the start of your next turn, and then it's done. That's the way that poison works.
Okay, well, you clearly don't need healing then,
Handy.
so let's press
Well-
on.
Well, so are you guys gonna?
I
Be
mean,
doing?
I'm at, I don't know, I'm at like, what's that? It's 14 total. I'm at 7 health. Although, wait, am I level 4?
No.
I think I'm the one who's level 4 for some reason.
Okay.
I think
Most of you are like right there.
we're almost there. Yeah, we're at the cusp of level 4.
So what would you guys like to do?
Let's
Oh no, you told me last Wednesday that I'm level 4 actually, so I should have more hit points than.
Did I actually?
You know what? We'll call me level 3 for now.
My bad.
If you didn't level up, that's your fault.
Yeah, definitely. I have to go in like 4 minutes. Is the thing.
I was gonna
Since
say.
he set the trap off, can I
Well,
just
it
go
is-
in now?
I was just say. So,
Nearly 2 o'clock in the morning
what's-
for me anyway. So.
I'm sorry. Who was that? 1 second. I think it was. That
I was gonna say,
Tarin,
since he's already set off the trap, does that mean I can just go in now?
If you would like.
Might be more traps. If there was one trap, might be more.
Yeah, let's do a perception check as I try to go in.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want me to keep checking even though I messed up? Because it would make the most sense for me to continue checking even though I did mess that one.
I think getting you to check more cautiously, because you already
Yeah.
screwed up, would be the thing to do.
Hey,
So,
I just want to reassure you all, I am a professional. I know we all just met, and that was the first trap you saw me try to disarm.
and she
But I'm a
says,
good
she
guy.
says, pulling a dart coming out of her shoulder.
I pull the dart out and I say, "That's never happened before. It's never gonna happen again."
Performance happens. This doesn't happen very often. I know we all suffer some performance problems,
Exactly.
So, we are running up against the end of our time. So
Yeah, sorry.
I'm actually going to have a stop here. It's not a great time to stop, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So,
it is 2 a.m. for me anyway.
yeah, it's quite late for most people. I know some people have to like leave soon, almost immediately after the
So I'm not
session.
tired because I just had a large energy drink.
So,
Like 3 ago.
you guys have made your way in. You've got your stuff back. We're gonna call it for the evening here, and we'll start up right here. So don't forget that you've used that spell. Don't forget that you've taken that damage. Thank you,
I
everybody.
didn't use the spell in the end.
Oh, that's right. You didn't end up using it.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for watching. All one of you. Thank you, everybody, for coming and playing. Our next Monday session is going to be on the 27th, January 27th. And for those who are interested, we have the Thursday group that is going to be playing on the 24th, January 24th. Oh, sorry, that's a Friday. 23rd, that's the word. On the 23rd. So, thank you, everybody, and have a good night.